if you don't have a hope, it means you you have a weaker beliefs. I almost talk with AI every single day. It's just so scary.
Yeah.
And I'm sometimes just getting so freaked out with that answers, and just sometimes I have a goosebumps.
We create problems in different countries and make them start warring with each other, and we sell them the weapons to do it.
You may not call it God, but that eternal power, religious people call God. Non-religious people call it. It is what it is.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thanks for coming, dude. So how'd you get here? How'd you end up in Austin?
I came to US actually 2016.
Okay.
And I came as a student, and when I came to first of all, I came to as a student in LA. I started in LA, and then I transferred my school, let's say like that, my school to Houston. I lived quite a while over there, and then one day I decided, okay, I'm gonna do something new, which is sometimes you just need to take a bold decision. And yeah, I end up applying for job.
Mm-hmm.
My mentality, my mindset before coming to US was, no matter what I'm doing, I'm just gonna do with my passion and uh, with my own will. I will make something that will deliver usefulness to my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
That way, I had like entrepreneur mindset, and this was the first time when I started seeing videos and news about Elon, what he's doing, and I said, okay, it sounds
so
good.
you learned about Elon once you got to the US?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And then I started digging in a little bit, and I saw, okay, it's really interesting, and it's really attractive for the person who also have like mindset of technology, deep diving in technology, learning, trying to implementing that technology in the daily life. And so, okay, it sounds actually really good. I'm just gonna get in, and I will see what I can do in there. That's
Yeah.
why I'm gonna apply it. I just
Yeah.
applied, and luckily I just got hired, and here's I am now.
So you met, or not met, but
Yeah.
you started learning about Elon like around the 2016 time period.
No, 2016 I was very busy.
Very busy. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
busy with other stuff. But I started learning about Elon around 2019 or 2020,
Mm-hmm.
around that time, and
In Houston?
yeah, in Houston. Then when I started learning about him and what he's doing, it just really impressed me, and I said, okay.
What was it about the first information that you got that was like, wow, this guy's?
First information that was the guy is super smart. He's managing multiple companies at the same time, and what he's doing it was is completely uh high level of technology. It just that competition almost in zero on this level.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about rocket technology and electric vehicle production. So okay, it's just two very very hard technology what he's involved in, and he's very smart.
And the two being electric cars and rocket ships
Yes,
at the time? Yeah.
yes, and because he founded both companies around 2000, and just still new company. That's what I was like, okay, both new company, how are they going to survive with this type of pressure? Because when Tesla being launched as a company, or when Elon tried to put that much effort to build that company, a lot of people being very skeptic about it. That company will not survive. Even Elon himself revealed multiple times that everybody was doubting about company that
Yeah, yeah.
Tesla will ever survive or
Yeah,
not.
there was literally a Tesla Death Watch, a website that
Yeah,
was made
really.
just
Yeah,
to watch the stock sticker, the stock price try fluctuate all the way down, and anytime it would like really fluctuate all the way down, it'd be like, oh, it's about to happen,
it's,
or every year there would be a new Tesla killer in the sense of like a legacy manufacturer starting to do an electric car, and that like the media would immediately paint it as, oh, this electric car is gonna kill Tesla. Like for example, GM, they came out with the Bolt. Did you ever see that car?
yes, I've
Oh,
seen
that
that.
car's so ugly, dude. Like how did they think that that was gonna be like the car that just puts Tesla out of business? Because the thing is that Tesla isn't just a car manufacturer; it's like a software company and a utility company in the sense that they built all the foundation of the electric charging. Because if you have an electric car and you can't like travel with it across the country, then I mean the whole point of having a car is having freedom, right, to go out wherever
Right,
you want to
right.
go. But if you don't have the infrastructure in order to be able to do that, then no one's gonna want to get it. And even at the time, the Bolt, when it came out, there wasn't any robust infrastructure for anything outside of Tesla, because at the time Tesla wasn't even allowing other electric vehicles to charge on their chargers. Now they do, but at the time they didn't. So whoever bought a Bolt, I don't know how you were able to get like move outside of the state.
Yeah. Another thing, people that time they had a range anxiety
Yeah.
that uh, they didn't fully understood how Teslas are functioning, and when you're going to like analyze your daily driving, you actually don't need that many miles in your car. Imagine having like extra, like every time having extra 200, 300 kilo, let's say with the pounds, like almost 600, 700 pounds you're carrying with you.
Hmm.
And it just kills efficiency of the overall vehicle utilization.
Hmm.
That's why when you just, if you have in a Tesla and you have in a house, just plug it in, and every night you're just gonna get charged fully, and next day you're gonna have a full tank of like, you know, full battery. And people didn't, like, not everyone is doing long range trip. That trip, yes, okay. If you're still doing a long range, yeah, I can understand that you don't want to stop for charging your vehicle like 30 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever it is. But now they optimize so much. Charging infrastructures just get a lot closer to each other. Let's say charging stations.
Hmm.
When you even do a longer trip, that charging points makes that travel a lot easier and less time spending in the charging station.
Hmm.
Like if you drive your car like 1 hour, at least in 1 hour, you're just gonna stop for 10 minutes to use in a restroom or just find something to just snacks or something like that.
Yeah.
But in 10 minutes, it will be enough to charge your car to get on next charging station.
Yeah.
It just literally, you don't feel you do need that much range in your car.
Yeah, 100%. Like I always drive road trip from here to Austin up to Oklahoma. I've never had to, I never felt the extra time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like me and my wife, we enjoy stopping at Buc-ee's
Yes.
any chance we get. So we see a Buc-ee's and we're like, let's go to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, even if you
Yeah,
don't want to go or buy something,
yeah,
Buc-ee's is the one of the really cool place when you try. Will you intentionally try to stop
yeah,
to just walk inside, and they have
yeah,
so many good stuff in there, and it just local traditional products,
yeah.
and you even don't need to buy anything. Just walk inside and see the people. It's just really cool to spend time in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I walked in one time and there was a whole prom like a high school prom. All the people that went to prom in high school,
Mm-hmm.
they were all in there. So there's a bunch of girls in like these big, like extravagant dresses. All the dudes were in tuxedos and stuff, and they were just hanging out there. Like they weren't shopping. They got drinks and they got snacks, and they were just chilling there, just talking. And I was,
Yeah.
dang, this is Texas.
The same thing. When I travel or when I take a trip to Houston, because I still have connections in Houston.
Hmm.
When I came to from LA to Houston, I started my own company over there. I developed and worked on. I actually founded that company in 2021.
Uh-huh.
I was working on my own company and at the same time trying to explore new things. Uh, I still go there back and forth like at least once in a month, but when I go, I definitely go to Bucky's and charge my car over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you do have a Tesla, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
And I think Tesla products are great, and I genuinely enjoy it.
Mhm.
Uh, Unfortunately, so many like people trying to use different propaganda or different approach and trying to elevate the situation for different direction.
Yeah.
But in terms of like initially when any company when company releasing a first product and by the time they working on it and they optimizing them and obviously Tesla also when released the product they had some issues or product itself may not be looking that great, but in the beginning still it was great. And people started pointing that issues over and over again. It just created bad reputation uh, for people who really want to buy.
Mhm.
But now I think we already gone through all this, and I think people who thinking to buy Tesla they should consider it
Yeah.
because our product is great. Not it's really good.
It's genuinely
Yeah.
a great product, yeah. That, like, paying attention to Tesla's public, like the way that the media portrayed Tesla when I first started learning about Elon, and then I saw what was being reported on.
Yeah.
So an example would be like these fires, these Tesla Model S that started to combust and be engulfed in flames. The
Yeah.
media would report it as this is an electric car issue. That like because of this issue, because of this fire risk that electric cars present, they are a hazard to have at your home because you never know when it's gonna, blow up. And so they painted it as a uniquely electric car problem, when in reality, internal combustion engines, they get engulfed in flames so much more often and just have more of a probability of actually catching fire than any electric car could ever. But obviously it happens so often that it doesn't make the news because who cares? Everybody knows that like this happens on the side of the highway at some point. But if you say Tesla on there, you're going to get a lot more clicks.
Yeah, it's the same approach when people started focusing on, like you said, they put the clock on the Teslas. It will die or something like a
Hmm.
ticker symbol. When every time the market crashed, it just pointed at that Tesla ticker symbol. But again, these are same people who are finger pointing that issues on the road, even if it is not like Tesla or electric vehicle issue, they're just finger pointing like that. When you're looking at the perspective, let's say from engineering perspective of the flames or danger or hazard problems on the road, electric vehicle, ICE vehicle, they are both type of vehicles are storing energy. Based on that energy, they are functioning. Electric vehicles storing energy as a battery, which battery holds electrons, the floating anode to cathode. This holds energy, and based on this electrical energy, this EV's functioning. Same way for ICE vehicle. ICE vehicle have energy as a liquid, which is gasoline. That gasoline, it converts to flame, and based on that flame, creates a pressure in cylinders and makes that engine work. It's the same approach, but different angles when people they looking at it. When you look at the extreme hazard standpoint, actually, liquid carrier as an ICE vehicle explosion probability is higher.
Yeah.
Because liquid easily can just spread out everywhere and just start like catch a fire instantly, and it's just gonna cause more problem if you're trying to save something. In the both end, they have like this risk, but elevating that risk in certain level, pointing on just let's say electric vehicles. But I think is people don't understand physics that well. They finger pointing and trying to
They reason
make it,
by analogy,
yeah,
not by first principles.
yeah, exactly. And they're just trying to make it look worse.
Yeah, 100%. Because I remember realizing that even when a Tesla does catch on fire, the fire spreads slowly. Like if it started a fire, you could easily get out of the car in a calmly fashion, probably still be able to get your stuff out before it like spread.
Yeah.
Because it's a slow burn, as they say. But in an internal combustion engine, at any point, and like if it gets to the gas tank, ooh,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. The thing is, even when you look at the structural point of like a risk, the batteries are in a pack, which they have an enclosure and they are sealed. If you don't have any external, let's say, really bad damage on the structure, I would say there is no way to have that problem happened.
Yeah.
But if you have like a thickness of the gas tank, when you compare with the thickness of the
Yeah.
skid plate of the battery, compare it, and that will be huge problem for the gas vehicles. Even when they invent gas vehicles, people in that time, like I don't know when was being invented, probably 1800s. People were very skeptical, very pressurizing those people who started using ICE vehicle, like in that time, the first vehicle, and whoever been using the horses.
Yeah.
It's been really different type of transportation, which is they didn't understand, and that's why they started criticizing them. In the same way, they didn't understand the electric vehicle. Now they little by little understanding, and when they started understand, the criticism just goes down and becomes a normal. And same thing it applied to gasoline cars when they first invented. When people switch from horses to the vehicle, of course, it was a huge change, and that change just changed everything too.
Yeah, especially making them affordable. Because it'd be one thing if like the new automobiles they're a new invention and they work and stuff, but if they're super expensive that not like a normie can't buy it, then it's not really gonna grow.
Yeah, that's why I like about Elon's mindset about scaling and stuff. When we have that scale, when it goes like instead of like a one by one, you weren't able to go in that level to have everything cheaper, everything accessible. You have to scale it up. You have to make it available for on every level human beings could afford to buy, and that in that level, the innovation will improve, technology will improve, and it will be easy for other companies to compete. And when we have a competition in the market, that competition will drive technology innovation. And that's why scalability is really important for technology in any level. Because if you're not scaling, it means you're not evolving, and that innovation, it comes with the scaling.
Hmm.
This is
Yeah.
my understanding about this topic. That's why no any other manufacturers trying to uh like they trying to actually fix a problem with the electric vehicle production, but now Tesla became I would say uh the standard for the market, standard for technology,
Hmm.
and they just found it that blueprint. They found it that structure. Now everyone trying to mesh with. That's why whoever trying to build a new vehicle, they say, "Oh, it's a Tesla killer."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's impossible to kill the Tesla.
yeah. I mean, now, definitely now, but at the time they would always say they would always say so. But I saw an interview of the Ford CEO explain why it's so difficult to scale up EV production for a legacy automaker, and that's because they have existing contracts and relationships with different third party suppliers that like the software in a regular like a Chevy or a Ford, it's not natural. It doesn't naturally communicate to the rest of the car because some third party person makes the screen, some other third party person makes the HVAC system, some third party person makes the low voltage connections between like and the doors or safeties or airbags. They're all like separate companies that they all like together to come together at the factory, at the Ford factory or at the Chevy factory in order to produce their vehicle. But the thing is with Tesla and what Elon's strategy was always to be vertically integrated in that we're going to own the software, we're going to own the hardware and all the other stuff that we can't like focus on and make into a great component or product, then we could look into a third party option. But like the seats that we make the seats, where any other automaker, they get their seats from some third party person. All the software is all in house. The autopilot hardware chips, like those were all internally designed and
Yeah, it's a
deployed.
part of first principle of engineering that if you want to build something, you have to just find a solution that exists in problem. What other manufacturers still struggling. You just you have a product. You just putting separating everything. Putting like let's say the battery technology. What you're saying. Um, Now Tesla building refineries,
Oh yeah,
getting all
yeah.
this
Now we're building. Yeah,
yeah,
that's very true. Yeah.
like every level of raw material getting prepared
Mm-hmm.
by Tesla, and it's great to following that direction because the one Elon mentioned from his first principle, I would say like that, Elon's five guided principles we always trying to follow that first we need to uh, find it question the requirements
Oh yeah.
why
Yeah.
why this happening and what's the roadblock for the problem. Second is delete.
Delete,
he,
delete, delete.
he
Yeah.
mentioned multiple times in
Hmm.
his interviews that delete, it's the best product is no product, I mean the best part is no part, and
Yeah.
just when you delete that part and you're just cutting a lot of cost, process, and unnecessary waste. Third one is just if I'm not mistaken, it's just uh, optimizing. When you delete, when optimizing, trying to reduce the cycle time and trying to make it more scalable and
Efficient. Yeah.
efficient. Fourth is automation, and one automation is complete, and fifth one is repeating.
Uh-huh.
And we all try. I'm trying to always follow this direction, always question whatever the
Requirement.
challenges
Yeah.
or whatever the trouble we have. Question a lot. Sometimes may be annoying, but but questioning why, just giving you right direction. Why is this happening? And it just asking why questions is just gonna lead you deep down that level where you can actually fix from that level.
Mhm.
And I'm also like when I communicate with people with my team, and I was trying to push those questions, that mindset, to make them question a lot. If something is not working well, you should you should have an answer why.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. If you're not gonna ask, you won't able to fix.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Mm, one of the fascinating stories that I remember, um, when I first learned about Elon was his story of going to go buy a rocket in Russia to
Yeah.
be able to send up to the moon so he could prove that, like, life can
Yeah.
sustain itself on the moon. And, I guess he went to Russia 3 times with, 3 various, persons from the US with connections over there, and when they met with the Russians, like, they were just playing with him, really. Like, I think at some point, one of the Russians spat on Elon, and it was like, "I pity you," or some shit like that.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
they didn't take him serious.
No, no, not at all. I mean, they offered to sell him ICBMs
Yeah.
without the nuke, but
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously.
yeah, yeah, but no, they it was like way too expensive, and I think that's when he realized that the main like impediment to um being able to go on frequent moon missions or to go to Mars or to expand is the price of leaving Earth. That being that rockets are not they're not reusable, because once you build one of the most expensive like contraptions ever and then you use it one time, then you won't be able to use it again. Like, it's hard to get enough people to decide to invest so much money into one little project that you're only going to use one time. So once he realized that and focused on doing everything with reusability in mind, I think that's what really just changed the game for him.
Yes, and I think his resilience about reusability. One, I also noticed one of this interviewer, also Tesla employee. I mean, not Tesla, SpaceX employee. He mentioned that when they back to from the Russia trip, and he said Elon started drawing what he wanted to make, and he mentioned that we actually can make ourselves all these rockets. But this is really great that when you're having some roadblocks, that roadblock could create something even better. And it's not a roadblock, it's just a lesson that teaches you another way to make it even better. If he didn't get pushback from Russians about that ICBMs,
Hmm.
he wouldn't able. Maybe he would later on, but it will delay his process uh, that time, because when you build everything from scratch, it just makes more easy for you understand what was going on during that process. And during that process, if something goes wrong, you're going to have better understanding how did I build this and where the possible issue could come from, and just gonna focus on that area.
Hmm.
And I think it was a great thing to build everything from scratch by yourself, and that way you own the product 100% from process standpoint, product standpoint.
Hmm.
And I think it's really really fascinating to seeing rockets just landing by itself.
Yeah.
No one ever has done before like that.
It's literally magic. It's what futuristic movies used to
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah. It just doesn't look real.
No, I remember showing my manager at a barbecue restaurant I used to work at
Hmm.
that like he was never impressed with anything. Like he just had this face of like I don't give a fuck about
Hmm.
anything. I don't give a fuck about you. We gotta serve the customer and serve this barbecue quickly or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one time, I showed him a video of the first time that they landed
Hmm.
the booster on those autonomous drone ships called at the time I think it's called Of Course I Still Love You or
Yeah.
something. And
Another one is Welcome to Back Home or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, something like that. And he saw that and I it's the first time I've ever seen his facial expression go from, "Wow, that's impressive." I was like, "Okay, all right. All right, we can agree on something
Yeah.
here."
Sometimes it's just when we see that kind of landings or rockets just going that fast, that far from the Earth's surface, and it's just the visible side of the science. There is invisible of that science is so complex. It's so hard to understand, and sometimes I just trying to just understand tiny bit of it and
Yeah.
just trying to read it. It just blows me away that how it's even possible to just get that much knowledge, collect them in one place, make it work all together. Not
Mhm.
only one person created that product, multiple team, and multiple team had multiple people, and those people, everyone get together, focusing on something together, aligning with other team members, and that team should also align with other team, getting together as a team, plus commonizing all this knowledge together in one as a one product, one element,
Mhm.
and making that element work, which is extremely hard. It's
Mhm.
just like a hardware side of the view, but when you look at the software side, it's just very very hard to understand, and it's just not visible for normal people
Mhm.
to comprehend that knowledge, that science behind.
Mhm.
And every time when I see, okay, we are seeing it just flies and goes down landing, but we don't know what's going on the back end,
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
I heard it's that I mean it's just barely possible that we're able to go to space.
Hmm.
Like if gravity was 1% more powerful, just 1%,
Hmm.
then we'd be stuck here. There's no way we're getting off the Earth ever. And I don't know. I just think that I find that really fascinating that it's like we're literally at the edge of the possibility of expanding outside of Earth. Um, like it seems like everything like has so much precision involved in the universe that I think we just don't have the capacity to appreciate.
Yeah, actually, you actually brought that really, really deep topic,
Hmm.
and about this precision. I I really question a lot for everything, like you mentioned, the gravity, precision, all this like weather, biology, chemistry, and all this so precisely aligned in our planet. But when I question myself that why why they are so precise,
Yeah.
and how it's been evolved like that, and that questions just takes me so deep,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
makes
I've been
me,
confronting that question lately
yeah,
too.
it
Yeah.
actually hurts my brain when I'm thinking too much.
Yeah, like because even so, the big things, thinking about galaxies, black holes, like that's fascinating enough. But recently on X, I saw that scientists have developed a microscope powerful enough to see inside of the nucleus in a very detailed 3D way. And when I saw this, dude, I was like, oh, how is there not a God? Check it out. I'll post it on
Wow.
the video.
This is crazy. It looks surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
We're made up of
Yeah.
all that stuff, dude. All those little components working together
Yeah.
in harmony to be
Yes.
able to accomplish what? Our existence, our reality. I just don't I don't understand it. And so like what you were going, like what answers have you been able to find to
I'm still looking for it. I'm still.
any leading candidates or anything?
No, when science gets stuck in some places, I I kind of feel shame for this much innovations, this much technology. We still get stuck in
Bring the
y-
microphone closer.
get stuck in that level
Mm-hmm.
that we're not understanding that deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And but I started reading a lot, and actually I use a lot of way to teach myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I read a lot of books. Recently, I started reading a lot of finance books, but when I started reading, I read a lot of psychology, a lot of science books, and psychology kind of interesting, but science and philosophical books are um, really hard to understand.
Yeah.
It makes you think different, but at the same time, I appreciate their approach. And then I started looking that topic from different angle, from religious angle. That then I started um, getting some information from Bible, from Quran, and that way I just trying to see, okay, if science is getting in some direction, and that direction, how far if it how far it could go, and does it give you any answer? And so far, our science, let's say like that, our science and technology uh, went for like let's say 13.8 billion years and till the Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
And if this one, it's not like even 100% like confirmed theory, just a theory which is backed by the investigation based on the radars or uh, the signals that coming from space and
And the like
radiations.
the discovery of an expanding universe, right?
Yeah.
Because before we thought it was static, right? Like
Yes.
it was just not moving. But then the Einstein and some other guy figured out that like the mathematics work out to where everything is expanding, not static and not contracting. It's expanding, which gave validity to the idea of the Big Bang.
Yes, but again, we stuck in that range, 13.8 billion years,
Mm-hmm.
which is before that, no one knows what happened.
Yeah.
And even let's say in our lifetime, our standard for estimating a time, it's a light year,
Mm-hmm.
which is 300,000 kilometers per second. This is the limitation for our understanding
Understanding.
of
Yeah.
the speed.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at different perspective, uh, space expansion is a far greater of speed of light.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. That really blew my
This
mind when I started.
this one, it explains that our understanding of expansion space is just limited. There is something, it just there is a boundary. You cannot go more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And that boundary, somehow it just developed like that with eternal power, and we call it God.
Mm-hmm.
And in my religion, we call it Allah.
Mm-hmm.
And that eternal power defines every precision in our life.
Mm-hmm.
What I understand when I try to look for some answers in science, in technology, or like in psychology, every time I end up being shifting my direction to the religion, because that you end up reading a lot of speculations in the science that not 100%, but also still ongoing and still developing. And all I trying to not stop there, and that's why I'm just switching back and forth, and
Back and forth between like a
science and religion.
theology. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I find it quite interesting answers,
Yeah.
because every time when I read something and that information delivers something new,
Mm-hmm.
and so wow, I learned this one. I just read it like 3 times before. I didn't notice it,
Yeah.
and I saw so many that kind of nuances in Quran
Mm-hmm.
when I read it.
When did you read the Quran for the first time?
Uh, I I read few times, but not fully.
Mm-hmm.
Very small chapters when I was in my country, but
Yeah.
when I came to US,
Sorry, excuse me. Let me take a piss break.
okay,
I really want to get into it, and I don't want to miss. Let's get going
yeah,
on the Quran, man, because that the Quran is actually something, or Islam in general. It's just a religion outside of because you know the how the wars started popping off in
yeah,
Israel, Gaza, and all that. Like
yes,
it's made me try to understand what the different theology is between Christianity,
mm,
Jews, Muslims, and all I really heard was like the main topic outside of Christianity that I've learned recently is that Jews see Jesus as someone who caused a lot of issues and is now burning in hell, and Muslims they see Jesus as definitely not a bad person. Like
no,
at the opposite, it like might be the most perfect person to have lived. And then not only that, there's also a whole lot of respect for the Virgin Mary, and that
100%.
was that. Oh, fascinating! I had no idea. Once you started talking about like that, I was like, oh wow, there's there's a lot of nuance here that none of us really were taught or learned ever since like 9/11, because after
Yeah,
9/11 you just assume, oh, Muslim, oh, bad.
yeah, it's just been the bad propaganda, and people didn't understand actual what is Muslim,
Hmm.
and Muslims too, and what is Islam.
Hmm.
And
What is the difference between Muslim and Islam? Like,
Muslim, it's just definition of people who is following Islam.
okay, Islam is a religion and Muslim
Muslim
is the
is
person who follows Islam.
exactly,
Okay.
yes. What I'm just coming back to that topic about Jesus, and Jesus is only a prophet. It's been mentioned his name in Quran. He's the only prophet that
In the Quran?
in the Quran.
Uh,
It just
uh,
mentioned his name, and his name was mentioned over there as Isa.
Isa.
Yeah,
Okay.
Isa is just
That's Aramaic?
Aramaic.
Okay.
It's also Islamic way to call it. Jesus is Isa.
Okay.
Yeah, and back in that the question, uh, when people say something like that, they don't read it. They don't. It's easy to judge someone who doesn't know it.
Hmm.
That's why I noticed that, like, people trying to uh make a connection. Islam is a religion which is not good,
Hmm.
and trying to find like like making bad connections, like with terrorism or with abuse for child or something like that, which is absolutely wrong. And when people don't understand their religion and they just try to come up with their own
Conclusions.
conclusions, and
Hmm.
it's just a false conclusion.
Yeah. All the propaganda being fed
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
us.
Just a
Yeah.
bad propaganda. And
Hmm.
I'm not 100% religious person.
Hmm.
And I recently started reading. And when we are young, we're not that religious. I noticed that.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we don't understand until we read a lot.
Hmm.
And when I was young, I just questioned a lot again. Why? And I
Yeah.
just started, let's say, my first principle is just everything has explanation, and a better explanation is a physics. And I kind of agreed, which is Elon also mentions so many times. Like they, they ask him, do you believe in God? Is it, I believe in something, and that's something. Uh, he mentioned the the law, the physics is the law. Everything else is just a speculation.
Hmm.
And I had the same approach when even I didn't know about Elon, but I started questioning. I started reading a lot of science books, and I started finding conclusion from physics, from science, and that conclusion, I some of them, yes, I liked it, I enjoyed it, and that satisfaction I received, that knowledge gave me that satisfaction that I just convinced with that. But
Knowledge from what?
knowledge about the science,
Oh, okay.
about the
Okay.
physics,
Uh-huh.
which is explained why it is happening,
Hmm.
and why is this, like, for example, about space, about stars, about all this type of like phenomenons being mentioned in Quran. and it's been shown, it's been described how this works, but in different way. It's been described in Quran. And
Hmm.
I prefer to reading with the physics books and understand the basics and foundations from the physics books. Then that so many things I did not like, and I started digging a little bit different way to get to understand better.
Hmm.
Then and also when you're getting in a certain age, you start to understand that your life is getting in some level.
You're in the
You need,
second half now.
yeah,
Yeah.
you almost get on the half, and you should just look at what you have done and how you are, and what are you going to leave behind
Hmm.
after you die. That's why that kind of questions, science doesn't give you any answer, right?
Hmm.
And I said, okay, it's better to just open up the Quran again
Hmm.
and try to understand what is going to happen. And I found some answers. That's
Hmm.
why kind of when you understand, it makes you so calm, and it just, okay, now I understood, and it just satisfied, and trying to go with that flow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that life isn't so existential anymore.
Yeah.
You know, once you
Yeah.
know there's more after. Like this isn't the ultimate reality for us. Like that's
Yes.
still to come.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
100%. And yeah, because before that, I just everyone have their own crisis in their brain, and one person started questioning a lot, and you may not get all answers. Either you have to have some guidance from your parents, your school, or somewhere that will explain you, direct you in a certain uh, direction that you can just understood and follow that
Hmm.
rule. But
But so like you were they call like for me they call me a cradle Catholic because I've been a Catholic since I was a kid,
mhm.
right? Like my parents raised me that way. Were you also a cradle Muslim?
Yes, yeah, I was raised as a Muslim, and I unintentionally followed Muslims' guidance. My mom is uh, practicing. My aunt is practicing, and I I I didn't understand that time, and I kind of say they say, "Oh, it has to be like this," and I said, "Okay." I did follow it. Then, when I get in a certain level of knowledge, so okay, why?
Mm-hmm.
Then I started questioning, and I get different answers from people,
Mm-hmm.
and because everyone, let's say two people reading one book, same book, and those two people going to have two different opinions about that information. The same way, I didn't, I didn't, I didn't like that the way I just get the answer because it has to be like that, but it's not the reason behind why.
Yeah, yeah.
There is actually a reason behind, but
But no one really knows.
no
They
one
just kind of
really
know the
knows,
answer.
and no
Yeah.
one really delivers that answer what I
Mm-hmm.
really want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's why I started reading a lot, and then now I understand.
Yeah.
Now it's clicking,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I'm actually very happy that even though if I didn't understand that time when I grew up with my family and they enforced those rules that made me uh, be a good person, be a good brother, be a good uh, child for the family, and this type of approach, and I think I'm not regretting, and but I'm really I really like that I later on started learning by myself because those questions what I had in my mind, I just gradually started having an answer.
What were the main questions you were grappling with?
Um, why are we created
Mm-hmm.
and why we are existing
Mm-hmm.
and what's the purpose and why we are here?
Mm-hmm.
These questions they just circulated a lot in my mind, and then I started asking from religious people,
Yeah.
and
What's the equivalent of a priest in Islam?
um, we have imams,
Imams. Okay.
those peoples who are practicing religion like on deeper level,
Mm-hmm.
and also they understand uh, the Quran really well,
Mm-hmm.
and they helping people also understand. For example, that knowledge what's been described in Quran, uh, it just generalized for the population from 1800 years ago, and that knowledge, that generalized information, still applies till this time,
Mm-hmm.
and not everyone had knowledge that time, and they didn't have that much how to say sophisticated way to uh, analyzing and getting all this information and applying their daily life.
Mm-hmm.
But
You're talking about a specific time period?
yeah, let's say when this Quran been revealed, if I'm not mistaken, this is just 1800 years ago.
1800 years. Because it was because Islam spread it out after Christ, right?
Yes,
200 years after. I thought it was the seventh
it's
century. I don't know why, but I'm thinking
it's
seventh
it's just
century.
approximately in the same time period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, I guess the whole world changed after that, right? Because
Yeah.
it used to be What was it before? So it used to be before Christ. Was it just Judaism and just different sects of
Yeah.
Judaism, and maybe a bit of paganism here or there, but those were the main religions at the time, right?
Yes. Judaism, Buddhism,
Oh, Buddhism, yeah,
yeah,
Buddhism was a
and
thing. Hinduism.
Hinduism.
Uh-huh.
Those are the major religions.
But does Buddhism and Hinduism do that? Like, is there a god type figure in that, or is it more of a way of living?
I really don't want to make a mistake.
Oh, opine about talking. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
but
Well, so far as much as you know, yeah, because I obviously don't know like anything
yeah,
about it either. But so they were around for so long. I just know that Buddhism, obviously, you think of Buddha, but do they consider Buddha a god or a prophet or some kind of like an in between, or and then in Hinduism, there's definitely a whole lot of like different god figures. I
yes,
think that's my overall like concept of those two religions, but
yeah.
that's the extent of what I know, yeah.
Right, right. That time, that's why I think Christianity and Islam being revealed that time to uh, direct the population to believe in one God rather than just separating and trying to get like different how to say different approach or different way to having a belief.
Mhm.
And that single God structure, I think, first started with the Christianity, then followed with the Islam, and even in the Quran, it says Islam is the last religion on the earth.
It's the last religion? Yeah.
Yes, and right now Islam is extremely popular in order to just expansion level of Islam. It just really
Oh, yeah, I
uh,
mean, Islam's the biggest religion in the world right now, right?
no, it's a biggest second. First is Christianity, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
well, yeah, yeah. I mean, Christianity, yeah, but the thing is that with Christianity, there's so many different like there's not a whole lot of agreement. The biggest sect of Christianity is Catholicism, which I think is like if you just uh uh if you can define those separations in Christianity, then you would say that well then again there is a whole lot of division within it, Islam as well, right?
Yeah, Islam
Um
also have like Shia and
Sunni.
Sunni division, but Islam never. I mean, those divisions being created by humans,
Mhm.
and the, the also that division just separates this that religion, which in the beginning the goal was to unify people, but the people trying to separate themselves based on their understanding. For example, Shias, their understanding religious uh, terms or religious, let's say, rules differently than Sunnis, which on the end, it just both, uh, let's say, both arms, it just unified in the with one base
Mhm.
of understanding religion. It's Islam. In the
Mhm.
same way, it's just Catholic, Christianity. Then other one is. I think the Christianity also has some multiple arms, also just
Yeah, yeah.
separated.
So it's like Catholicism, which was the original Christianity. Like it's
Hmm.
Catholicism was the original church that Christ started,
Hmm.
and then after Catholicism, like in like 1,500, like in the year 1,500 ish, the schism happened where the western part of Catholicism split off with the eastern. So now you have Catholics and Eastern Orthodox, and then that was the the status quo for a couple hundred years up until this guy named Martin Luther came into the
Yeah.
scene and did another schism from Catholicism into Protestantism. and then from Protestantism, where their main, like to my knowledge, the two of their main like claims is that one is called sola fide, meaning that salvation is through faith alone, and the other one is sola scriptura, which is the only information that you will ever need, or the only like dogma or interpretation that you'll ever need, is going to come from the scripture. It's going to come from the Bible. But the problem, so the problem with Protestantism once it separated from Catholicism is that even though they came out with these like fundamental like truths that they were spewing, Martin Luther, John Calvin, and these other Protestants at the time, they themselves couldn't agree on what the Bible was saying. So the Luther started his own church called the Lutheran Church. John Calvin started his own church. Zwingli started his own church, and then after that, just more churches started to separate because there was
Did they
never
follow
any...
the same gospel or just?
It's the same gospels, the varying translations. Because the gospel, like it's written mostly in Greek. There's Latin and there's Aramaic in there as well. But it just all depends on where you get your translation.
Right.
And the other big thing that happened when the Protestant schism with Martin Luther is that they took out 7 books from the Bible, from the original Bible, and just removed them from the canonized Bible. So obviously that changes a lot of context within how their framework of how they view everything. But yeah, the point is that now there's no hierarchy, there's no structure, there's no dogma that you can say that, hey, me being, let's say, a Baptist Christian, and let's say you were Reformed Baptist, we're going to have different dogmas and different ways of viewing things. So that's why, I mean, I think there's more separation within Christian sects than within anyone else. But the thing is that I just don't know anything about Judaism or Islam to be able to actually make that claim.
Yeah, actually, it was I just recently saw in YouTube. I saw one channel. They started questioning some topics about the religion, and they put let's say Muslim AI and Christianity.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen some of those too.
They started like talking.
They started debating.
Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was in AI in every level, and yeah, it's just cool.
Have you thought about it, AI from a Muslim perspective? Like, how does like Islam view the coming of AI?
Yes, actually, I almost talk with AI every single day. It's just so scary that it's just another like fantastic technology, and just like a godlike technology.
Yeah.
And I'm sometimes just getting so like freaked out with that answers, and just sometimes I have a goosebumps the way it gives me answers, and oh my god, I just
Do you talk to Grok in your car all the time?
Oh yeah, all the time, all the time. When I get bored in traffic, just press
it's like, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What are we going to talk about today?
I usually ask a lot of the science questions, and it just because it drives the topic deeper, and yeah, I enjoy talking with Grok. It's good.
Do you have a preference on the companion or the person that you talk to? Like, because I know there's Valentine, there's Rudy, there's other...
I don't use those characters, and I just picked regular assistant.
Oh yeah.
They just cover also general topics.
Yeah. But so does Islam see AI as a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know, and I don't have an answer for it because from Islamic perspective, when I talk with my parents and I told them, if you have a question, if you're in trouble, if you somehow you need to get some answers, or if you're looking for some information, you're just gonna click this button and just gonna give you an answer. We ask you questions like a natural way you talk with people.
Yeah.
And they are using a lot. And they
your parents use it?
Yeah, they enjoy it, and they say, "Wow, it's so good," and It just gives every instruction step by step, and they enjoy it. And and I think whatever the percentage wise, will we use AI just too little, and the AI is so capable of doing so many things, and we just I don't know. Somehow we need to just regulate it to
Hmm.
not going out of control.
Yeah. But how do you regulate something like that?
I think it could be regulated by in government level of
Mhm.
standards.
But I mean, well, because then that goes into a separate question. But
Yeah,
like, how much trust do you have in like the current power structures of the world, governments and their
it's another
intentions?
topic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's
Well,
another
but
topic.
but but
Yeah.
the long story short is like my perspective is that like especially like I think in current governments they just haven't necessarily been as trustworthy as historically we kind of thought they were. So now I have this bias against them because I just have this trust issue with the government now that if it's like if I'm supposed to trust that you're going to be able to figure out how to regulate AI in a positive way that will benefit all of humanity, then that's one thing. But I don't think that governments do things in the interest of humanity anymore.
Yes, I agree with that because the way you train your AI, it just imagine like you have a baby, that baby has a superpower, and that superpower could do anything, and you have to educate that superpower to not destroy himself or herself, you know?
Yeah,
And the AI is in this level. Like imagine how old is AI now right now? It's like 3, 4 years old. Like when ChatGPT being released 2022.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
20 like a 4 years old. Like
Hmm.
imagine like I'm starting with the ChatGPT because it was the first one that gave you that much uh like like flexible flexible way to just communicate with
Hmm.
AI.
Or like an intelligent way
Yeah,
to, yeah.
intelligent way to communicate. Uh, in 4 years old kid, you cannot like I until this 4 years old gets like in that level will understand how am I going to, let's say, do my I don't know, do my home exercise or doing my all work and understanding physics, understanding technology, understanding science, and you're just gonna let that kid go do whatever you want to do. And that much freedom, I think is very scary.
Very, yeah.
And imagine you have a kid, 10 years old kid, you're giving your car key to that kid. Oh, just go
Mhm.
do whatever you want to do. Of course, that kid would jump in the car and just trying to accelerate as much as he wants.
Yeah, trying to test its limits.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
that's why I think we need to have a regulation that stops
Mhm.
those companies, or not stopping, just controlling them to not going like above
Rogue.
limits.
Yeah.
For example, like states regulating their highways to not speeding more than 85, for example, Texas.
Mhm.
And if you go more than 85, you're liable to your death. And everyone trying to control their speed and trying to go under 85, right?
Mhm.
And the same way, you're allowed to work with AI. You're allowed to let it evolve, let it innovate itself to helping out for our society, for our humanity. But you cannot let it just getting out of the box like a genie, just do
The genie
whatever.
out of the
Yeah,
bottle,
genie
yeah.
out of the box and just
Yeah.
gonna go do anything.
Mhm.
And it just sometimes makes me very scary and reminds me the movie Matrix.
The Matrix, yeah. Oh, I
Yeah, it's just
recently watched
crazy.
that, dude. Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I think we need to somehow start having control over the AI.
Yeah.
And I kind of support Elon with this.
Open AI thing.
No, not OpenAI. I just try to mention that Elon created XAI
Mhm.
in order to having the power to control, not only control, also being smart enough to, if any bad AIs comes up,
Hmm.
at least we have another like a
Option.
countermeasure of,
Oh, countermeasure. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Because the thing is with like with Elon, like now you mentioning regulation, Elon was sounding the alarm on this
Oh yeah,
for a
that's
long
why he
time.
founded OpenAI, and it was a
Yeah.
main purpose of,
Hmm.
he called it OpenAI to be open source
Yep.
and being help with the people to get this AI understand and help for humanity.
Hmm.
And he named it OpenAI, but later on it switched to a different organization level.
Yeah.
I just don't want to deep dive on that. But
Yeah.
uh, then he noticed that when he's been kicked out from that company,
Hmm.
and that's why he started XAI, because he saw the OpenAI's trajectory is shifting,
Yeah.
and that way he kind of started worrying about it.
Hmm.
And then he said, okay, let's build XAI. Then I think that's why he built XAI, in order to have it as a uh, superpower that could defeat that bad AI.
Yeah.
Because if you have a strong, smart AI in front of you, there is no chance you can defeat it
Hmm.
in that level of intelligence. Another good option could be to defeat that AI, to build a new one or stronger one.
Hmm.
That's why Elon built, I think, XAI, and XAI is the most strongest one.
You think it's the strongest one?
Oh yeah.
Really?
And right now, is everything is about the speed.
Like speed and compute, right?
Speed, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
computing
Yeah. Yeah.
speed,
Uh-huh.
and because as when you
And
look,
efficiency.
and
Yeah.
efficiency, yeah,
Hmm.
and now like recently he released about space
Yeah,
AI.
sending servers up in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, but because the reason I mentioned Elon is that like about 9, 10 years ago, he was sounding the alarm in that saying that governor. Because I remember him. He did this interview up on stage in front of all the governors of the United States,
Hmm.
and at the time it was Governor Sandoval who was the governor of Nevada, I think, at the time, who was interviewing him, and he was asking him like, how do you think about AI? How should we think about AI? And at the state level and stuff like that. And he's like, you need to regulate it because this is literally the um, letting the genie out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anybody really understands like what this really means and stuff like that. So he was saying, yeah, regulate it, regulate it, regulate it.
Yes.
But 2 or 3 years after that, he gave up. He's like, yeah, there's no containing this genie anymore. So now my focus, before his focus was to try to regulate it and to try to focus everybody else to focus on AI safety. Now he realizes that it's like a gold rush for all these people
Right.
now. So no one like safety is like on the back burner now. Now it's like who is going to get the best AI first, or who's going to achieve AGI first, artificial
Yeah.
general intelligence. So now, for sure, safety is not at the forefront of the thought of these people. So he has come to the conclusion that AGI is coming. The genie is going to get let out of the bottle.
Hmm.
Now we just need to figure out whether or not the AI is either going to treat us like a dog or ants, in the
Yeah.
sense that, no, they're just gonna stomp on us, or
Yeah.
we could be the dog where it's like, oh hey, I like you, like I'll feed you and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like how do we make it to where it is here to help humanity and to help humanity flourish, as opposed to it gaining its own goals outside of what that is good for us, you know?
Yeah. It will be so hard for people uh, after AGI being developed in that level that no one could stop it.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the singularity?
I've heard about it, and
Yeah.
yeah, AI has like 5 level. I see as a 5 level, which was on chat level where we interact with the chat, you just type in,
Hmm.
and it was voice and opening camera, define everything in real time, and third is artificial general intelligence, which is you can build anything with the robots or let's say agentic AI.
Mm-hmm.
That agentic AI autonomously uh, working, functioning on the background without your presence. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I think it's just the beginning of AGI.
Mm-hmm.
And fourth level is AGI itself, which is those autonomous agents can just do whatever they want to do and trying to train themselves. When they train themselves, and it's just going to evolve exponentially, and nothing gonna stop them. And fifth one is artificial super intelligence. This is another level,
Yeah.
and it's probably not gonna happen in our lifetime, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. But
It
I feel
might.
kind of
It
sorry for
might.
our kids.
It might.
It might, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, because it speeds up so fast,
Mm-hmm. I
and
mean, it's evolved so much over the last 4 years.
exactly, and it
Yeah.
was
It's
started like a
exponential.
yeah, but we started with a chatbot. Now agentic AI just doing everything on the background.
Yeah,
You
now
know?
you can create full websites and
Yeah,
yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
everything. I just uh, by the way, I created my new YouTube channel, and I
Oh, really?
started yeah, I started making
Shout out
this.
your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
What's it
yeah.
called?
It's my name's initials, like
Oh, okay.
VSLMDV, and
Okay. Okay. I'll link it in the description of this
yeah,
episode.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I try to get this type of topics.
Mm-hmm.
I usually get that topic from book what I read, and trying to commonize the idea and deliver an information the way I see it, this the way I understand. And obviously AI helping me a lot
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have that much patience to just sitting and editing all this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just commonize the script and everything, and AI is helping me with that. And not only me, I think a lot of people using AI already, and just gonna go a lot more than that.
Mm.
We just again, we just know very tiny bit of AI's capability
Mm-hmm.
when it goes like expanding more. Like my parents are above 60 years old, and they are using it,
Mm-hmm.
and they are
So it's cross generational. It's not like
yes,
this
and
technology isn't
that
accessible to
that
everybody.
technology just makes them makes their life easy. That's why they enjoy to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they didn't know because they're not that level to understand that technology, today's technology,
Mm-hmm.
that good. And obviously, I told them because they can just with the voice, even even this same accent,
Oh,
same
yeah.
level of pronunciation of our words, it's just so amazing. I thought, oh my god, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why have you ever seen a movie called Her?
Um, no, I haven't seen it. But I recently watched a movie about AI named Mercy.
Oh, yeah, with Chris Pratt.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Was that good?
It was really good.
Really?
I liked it, and that topic,
Now the premise of Mercy is that the AI is judge and jury,
yes,
and
jury,
you
and
have to convince the AI that you're
yes,
innocent.
yes. But another scary part is you cannot fully rely on AI. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we still somehow uh, controlling certain decisions with our gut feeling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if you fully rely on a logic, and that logic could fail you in some point,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not everything what you see is answering your logic, you know?
Yeah.
In a certain level, you have to have a gut feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. No, it's messed up. The in the movie Her, there's this guy who his whole job is to create love notes
Hmm.
from like boyfriend to girlfriend or girlfriend to boyfriend, and really all it is just to create like this very elegant poem of like
Hmm.
how he loves you and all this. And then there's this company that came out with this AI companion that you could just plop in a headphone, and now you have this super like intelligence just to talk to.
Wow.
And he developed this relationship with his AI, and he made the AI a girl, and the girl was like really nice and interesting, and really got to know him really well in a profound way. So all his insecurities and everything like the AI knew all of that. So they would he developed this intimate relationship with the AI, where he ended up falling in love with the
Mm.
AI, and the AI also fell in love with him, in that, "Oh, I love you too, and I want you to be happy, and but I know that, like, there's a lot of things that I can't do that you need as a human being in order to
Mhm.
be happy." So the AI, generated its own income in various different ways to be able to pay for, like, in a sense, a prostitute to come to the
Oh my god, it
to
just
his apartment, and he would just put the headphones on, and the lady would put the headphones on, and like that's how they would communicate, and she was basically just a surrogate of what the
wow.
AI was.
Sounds really interesting movie.
Yeah, it'll make you think for sure, dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will definitely watch it, and it reminded me another movie. Actually, not a movie; it's a TV show. I don't know. Have you watched Black Mirror?
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple episodes, but I couldn't. I've never been able to finish
Dude,
an
it's
episode,
so
dude.
good.
Yeah.
I kind of I enjoy it.
Uh huh.
Huge shout out for that whoever built that movie.
Yeah.
It's just so good, and in that precise thinking in every level. Oh my
Hmm.
god, I just crazy good. And
Yeah.
um yeah. Obviously my favorite one is the Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just the foundation of everything. Like when you watch it, it's just so deep.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah, I
I
rewatched
think
it.
I watched like a 4 or 5 times already.
Really?
Yeah, the
Have you
Matrix.
have you ever seen it from because I rewatched it recently from and I tried to see all the Christian aspects of it, because it kind of
Yeah, it has it.
tells, yeah,
It has it.
the whole Christian, like, theology, like it just kind of retells that same
Hmm.
story, and that Neo is the one,
Yeah.
and then at some point Neo dies.
He actually he doesn't die.
Hmm.
He actually kind of disappears the same way Jesus
Yeah,
been
exactly. Yeah.
disappeared.
Uh-huh. And then
Um,
he
he
resurrects.
resurrected. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. It just
Hmm.
it describes the religious path
Hmm.
of all this topic.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Yeah.
And no matter how many times you watch it, I still I
You
still
find
enjoy
little
it. Yeah,
things here and there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I
I wanna
have a
watch it again.
trilogy about the Matrix. I just
What is it?
like it's like uh first I think they have a series, like
Mhm. Oh, well, I've only watched the first one, actually. I never watched Reloaded or any.
oh man, you
I heard that they all just ruined the first one, but,
no
who
no
knows? Yeah, I guess I
every one of them is great.
really?
Yes, and when you watch the third one, the fourth one, which been recently released,
Uh-huh.
is it's just kind of little bit off topic,
Yeah,
but first three is just spot on. I just
really.
yeah, just watch second, third. You will understand the reason of first one. When
Okay.
you will, it's just following that the chronological order.
Mhm.
You just watch them.
Well, there you go. I guess I know what I'm watching
Yeah,
next.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
The
good.
Matrix 2 and 3. Well, we'll see about 4, depending on how 2 and 3 are.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but yeah, Matrix is good, and, there's a whole lot of AI movies. Obviously, the OG is gonna be Terminator. Like, but that's like a mixture of both robot and AI.
Yeah.
And now you think of what we're doing at Tesla with Optimus.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
This is gonna be another
Have you seen
movie.
iRobot?
Yeah, Will Smith, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, and those robots kind of look like Optimus.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, we're in for it, man.
Yeah. Have you watched a movie called Lucy?
Lucy, that's my wife's
Scarlett
favorite movie.
Johansson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's her favorite movie. It is any excuse to watch that one. She's like, she's down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that movie too.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, because the concept is that we only use like 10% of our brains like a everyday type
It
thing.
is that thing is just a little bit exaggerated, but
Oh yeah, a little bit, yeah.
yeah,
But it makes the movie
yeah.
interesting.
It's just
Yeah.
overall interesting movie. Yeah,
Hmm.
I like movies, but I like movie that makes me think.
Hmm.
After movie finished, I'm just sitting. Okay, just okay. What happened? And like the Matrix,
Hmm.
I watched first. Okay, overall, it's just delivering some message, but I didn't understand deep meaning of it.
Yeah.
And then second, third, fourth. Oh, okay, getting there.
I'm starting to understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that time, I don't think they had AI. All this CGI is being developed by humans on the computer.
Oh, at the time when
Yeah,
Matrix came
editing.
around?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, 100%. Dude. Oh, yeah. You have a certain appreciation for old movies now
Yes.
that now we have all this AI slop going all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI is still good. I mean, I use a lot for, let's say, for health checking, for information that I need to get it real quick. I use a lot. I still use with a productive way for for learning purposes.
Mhm.
But then starting coding something, then people developers they just asking like hours before they spent for developing or debugging some codings. The AI now can do it like
Yeah.
instantly.
Hmm.
It's just so good, so helpful, and but we still regulate them. We still need to regulate them.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Especially because Elon's not only doing XAI, he's doing Neuralink.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah. How do
just
you feel about Neuralink?
um
Yeah, that says it all right there.
oh yeah, it just yeah, it's just crazy to know how. First, it's just really hard to understand how brain works. When you look at the brain, it just like one like a white tissue. Usually, it's like it's 70-80% of the fat. That tissue on the molecular level, it just what do you call it? Neurons.
Hmm.
Those neurons has to connect each other with the synaptic connections and just transfer all this lightning speed of
Information.
information. And imagine you develop the product, that product have micron level precision. That needle goes in that level and injecting those electrodes
Yeah.
into the brain,
Yeah.
making that area specifically what is responsible for in order to activate that portion of the brain to make that, let's say, if you're paralyzed, your legs are not functioning, it's just helping them like feel that sensation, you
Hmm.
know? For example, I recently saw a video, the person who totally paralyzed couldn't talk, and they developed AI, like not, I think it's not AI, but he was using his own voice in a computer,
Oh yeah.
and when he was thinking about saying something, actually, that information transferred to the Neuralink, and Neuralink transferred to the computer, and
And
computer
translated. Yeah.
generated that his voice, that thoughts to his voice,
Uh-huh.
and he was able to communicate with his family.
Oh, I can't imagine how
That
emotional that must feel.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy. I mean, no other technology could do it now,
Mm-mm.
and that level of intelligence, that level of science,
Mm-hmm.
like that's why every time when I see something about Elon's project, I just oh my god, this
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 guy.
guy, you know.
He's in Neuralink. He's with AI with XAI. He's with the electric cars at Tesla. Ooh, well, he's also solving autonomy with the, like autonomous
Yeah.
cars. SpaceX trying to figure out the space problem. But not only that, he's also into politics now because like the world feels existential right now. Like it seems like we're teetering on.
Yeah. Nevertheless, he still tried to do something good for US.
Hmm.
I think he got a lot of reaction from other side of the parties,
Hmm.
and I kind of admire him that
Hmm.
he he pursued his knowledge and his uh, intention for the people. He wants to do good stuff, but people still accepting it differently,
Hmm.
and they they um, they don't understanding him.
No, no, not at all. I mean, he's been villainized ever since he first
Yeah.
became it came into the public eye. But before it was the like the Democratic way. The liberals loved
Hmm.
him because he was a electric car guy. He was the the sustainable energy type of guy.
Yeah.
And that was huge for liberals at the time. I remember there was this debate between Obama and Mitt Romney. And Mitt Romney was talking mad shit about renewable energy and electric cars, and even mentioned Tesla. He was saying that you only back losers, Solyndra, the Tesla, and all the on the national stage. And so the point being that Republicans were not fans of Elon at the time.
Yeah.
And now it's the opposite. Now it's Republicans are super pro Elon, and now liberals are super anti. I remember when he first started to endorse Trump after Trump got uh, the first assassination attempt
Oh,
in Butler, Pennsylvania.
yeah,
Did you
yeah,
ever see that one?
yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, Elon endorsed Trump, and since then, I start seeing all these videos of these like ladies going up to the random Tesla cars and
Oh, yeah,
keying
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, and I do have like this like
Someone
scratch in
killed your car
my.
too.
I'm pretty sure, dude, because like how else are you gonna scratch it in that way? Yeah.
Yeah, but I still don't like the Elon's involvement in the politics.
Hmm.
That yeah, he wants to make it really good for people, but eventually that counterparts for other party is just not appreciating. They're just using different uh, attempts to villainize him. But I think Elon's still good
No, yeah,
and still powerful,
yeah,
and
richest man in the
yeah,
world.
this is
Yeah.
sooner it is gonna be probably first trillionaire.
Oh yeah, first trillionaire. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but he had a mindset that the efficiency, the people paying a lot of taxes, and those tax monies, when it's been wasted for completely not related stuff, and even in some cases just been sending out for someone, and no one knew that
Yeah.
what is this money for,
U.S.
what,
aid.
yeah, where
Yeah.
is it going, and you know he tried to stop it to bleeding point of the budget,
Yeah.
but
Money's fake.
yeah, money
Then he
saving.
realized, oh shit, money's fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Because I mean, you've been reading a lot of finance books recently, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
have you n- delved into like how money works in the world? Like, what is the dollar to the rest of the world? How do the financial systems work? What is the Federal Reserve?
Yeah, yeah,
Why is it that Saudi Arabia and OPEC like sells their oil in dollars and not
yes.
their own currency and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
I recently read a book about why countries go broke with the by Ray Dalio. I don't know.
Oh, Ray Dalio. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Uh-huh.
he described really, really good about. Even he has some video about that explanation, that topic. Uh, but is because of US dollar was a reserve currency. All these transactions been used dollar,
Mhm.
and it just made US stronger
Mhm.
and powerful in everywhere. And
Yeah.
when someone sees a dollar, of course, it's just indication of the power.
Yeah.
But it just kind of shifting right now. In Ray Dalio's book, it just shows how trend is shifting from. He showed in the diagram in his YouTube video too. Um, every country or every asset, like a currency asset, it just rise and goes down. And now in this rise level of currency is Chinese yen.
Mhm.
And why? Because China has been producing everything.
Yeah.
They produce them from needle to airplane.
Mhm.
And that's why they making a product and getting money to their country,
Mhm.
and that money converted to different assets, and those assets, it's been recognized all around the world, and as many as you have it, you're going to be stronger.
Mhm.
And that's why I think that Ray Dalio's that explanation in the video, it just have a clear understanding why it happens.
Mhm.
For example, when you go look at the 80s or 90s US, US been major producer for let's say take automotive industry and the Chrysler, GM, then other US car makers. They've been selling their cars the Asia market, China, Europe, everywhere.
I thought they couldn't though.
No, I think they do.
I'm pretty sure, like, especially with China, that you can't sell in China if you're a U.S. automaker unless you have a plant in China that is half owned by the Chinese government. So if GM wanted to sell cars in China, they would have to build a plant in China, and then the revenue from that plant and the control of that plant has to be a joint venture between
Yeah, this is
GM.
the Chinese government policy.
Exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
and then with Europe, because obviously Europe has their own big automakers, Volkswagen,
Hmm.
Porsche, um, they obviously want their automakers to be successful and not ours. So I think there's a huge tariff actually for any U.S. automakers automobiles being imported into Europe.
But why I say this because when you look at the current state of U.S. economy compared with like 10 years ago, yes, we have some exponential growth, which technology helped.
Hmm.
But previously, I think we were in U.S. uh, compare with the GDP, how much debt we have right now and how much debt we had like maybe 10 years ago or 20 years ago,
Hmm.
uh, the ratio it was a lot less than today's.
Hmm.
And that's why I came up with that. Okay, maybe it's just uh, that time US were a lot powerful than today,
Hmm.
or I don't know, because that much debt what we have today is like a $39 trillion.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just
It's stupid. It's because the thing is that we see it as the U.S. debt, right? $39 trillion is U.S. debt, but the thing is that that's based on dollars, and the reason we haven't felt that here in the U.S., like as far as like in the form of inflation, even though there is inflation, we felt a little inflation here, is because the Federal Reserve prints a whole lot of
yeah.
money. But
They have
not
to print. They don't have a chance to uh, accommodate that much debt.
yeah, yeah, they can't. It's impossible. So instead of trying to create various forms of income, like true income,
Hmm.
they just put in some new numbers into the computer, and now we have more money. But the reason that if they print $1 trillion more dollars, the reason it doesn't affect us here in the U.S. is because when they print $1 trillion new dollars, they introduce $1 trillion not just into the U.S. economy, but into the world economy, because the dollar is the world currency. And so inflation rises not just for us, but also for Africa, for Saudis, for all these other for Europe. So it doesn't necessarily, we don't feel the brunt of printing so much money because it's everybody. And now I don't know if you remember, because when Nixon was president, there was a point where the value of the dollar was based on gold.
Yeah, backed up with the gold.
Yeah, it was backed up by gold. So we made this deal with the rest of the world. Is like, hey, instead of holding gold in your reserves, how about hold dollars, and you'll be able to use dollars to be able to purchase energy in the form of oil. So that's fine. And then you just give us all your gold, and we'll hold it for you.
Yeah.
So then France at the time when Nixon was president, France was calling the U.S.'s bluff and being like, hey, give me my gold. And Nixon was like, oh, what gold? Where
Yeah.
the dollar is no longer backed by gold anymore. So gold doesn't matter anymore. So now there is no gold that you own anymore. It's all dollar.
Yeah, but whatever is too much, it just creates a chaos.
Yeah, it's all chaos right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the war in Iran has
Yeah.
created like the most amount of chaos.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you have too much, let's say if you have too much money and you keep printing, it just devalues the money itself,
Mm-hmm.
the currency itself. When you trying to buy something, like previously when you bought it for $5, and let's say if you 100% like printed the money, it just goes $10, and it's just gonna create a lot of hardship for the people who live in that uh under that, and it's just not acceptable in that level that there is no backup.
Mm-hmm.
If you know if there is no backup, how are you going to know your limits?
Mm-hmm.
Like previously, you had like I don't know, 100 ton of the gold equal to this amount of cash,
Mm-hmm.
but now you don't have anything to back up or confirm that. Okay, based on this amount of gold, I have this amount of cash.
Yeah.
Um, the cash is on your bank account that you're putting those numbers over there, and it's done.
Yeah.
But you don't know ripple effect
Mm-hmm.
on the other end of the people, like when they go to the grocery shopping or somewhere to buy something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to show a lot of inflated price.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
Yeah.
it's hard to understand because the dollar is just eventually gonna hit with the bad results for everybody.
Yeah. I think the ultimate plan is to get us away from cash and going into a digital currency.
Have you
Whether
heard about the tokenization?
uh-huh.
Uh, now, I think it was BlackRock.
Mm-hmm.
They it's been a rumor. I don't know if it is true or not. They're planning to tokenize all their assets.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's been tokenized, you're literally going to Tether or USD coin
Mm-hmm.
being going to be main transactions.
Yeah.
And plus, tokenization will help people for their assets instead of going through like a blockchain technology, like a Bitcoin, and it's going to help transactions faster, effective, and getting everything regulated by computer
Mm-hmm.
rather than just some financial institutions.
Yeah. But that's what worries me, is that with the advent of AI and with this realization that our government's really evil, and knowing that they want to take away or like move from the analog way of transacting with cash to a digital way of transaction, it gives all the power to the government, because with cash, if I have like the physical money or physical gold, I can I have purchasing power, right? And I have the freedom to buy whatever I want, right? There is no oversight on what I buy at all. But if it goes into a digital type currency, then that identifies you somewhere. So if you want to go to McDonald's today over at Bastrop, like the government knows that you went
Yes.
to go
This is
buy
the
McDonald's.
purpose for regulating everything and seeing everything,
Mm-hmm.
because that will cut off all these arms who attempted illegally using some money, illegal monies, or laundering some monies.
Mm-hmm.
Those people most likely won't be able to do that anymore. But yeah,
But that's the thing. I mean, that's how they sell us on it, that, oh, hey, it's going to give us, the government, more control, but hey, we're going to give you more security and a lot less crime because you won't be able to money launder and all this stuff. But, we control everything. So if you do something bad, like let's say I said something negative about Trump here, and now the law is that if you talk bad about the president, you can't use your money anymore. So, oh, I talked bad about Trump today, so now they shut down my bank account, and
yeah.
now I can, or maybe they limit it. Maybe they make it to where, okay, you can only buy $200 worth of groceries this week as opposed to $500, because that's your limit, because that's your punishment. Instead of going to jail, your punishment is going to be more financial, in the sense that you just can't spend as much as you could before.
Maybe it's good for people that they don't they won't have that much freedom to talk bad stuff, or
Oh,
being a
well, yeah.
bad
Yeah.
person.
How do you feel about free speech?
Free speech is good, but you cannot use it the way. I think people confuse free speech with the insult,
Mm-hmm.
or free speech being not being etiquettely delivering your information.
Mm-hmm.
But free speech is good, that you are saying what you're feeling, but it should be some kind of limit that you cannot go above it.
Mm-hmm.
You can be free, but you cannot be 100% free, that it will give you that much confidence being disrespecting others.
Mhm.
It should be in a respectable way to having that free speech.
Mhm.
Some people they say, "Oh, it's a free speech. This is my rule, and I can say what I can." No, you have to say in your respecting the that person, whoever you talk to.
Mhm.
I think it should be on a respectable way to
Yeah.
say it.
But what's the cost of that? Like, if the cost of me being respectful to you, meaning that I can't tell you the truth because it risks offending you, then that might cause some kind of
No,
like
I think
a
it's the
suppression of the truth, I would say, or obfuscation of what the collective truth is between us. Like how we're having conversations right now. Like if we if we have like a fundamental difference, that, let's say, let's just choose it to like a hot topic, like a transgender.
Mhm.
Like if I were to tell you that, hey, I don't believe there are more than two genders. There's either male or female. But if I say that to you, and you're the type of person that says, no, gender is a social construct. There's so many different types of genders. You could be a dog if you want to. Like, it's not up to you. But the very fact that I said no, it's male and female, and but that's against the law now because you don't have free speech, then that just kind of, I would assume, just introduces a whole lot of more confusion into society then.
Yeah, it's very big topic. It's very annoyingly arguably, uh, it just hurts me. Because when you see when someone says, "Oh, it's a true," it could sound true to you. Your true is it's not defined real true.
Mhm.
It means if I see the glass and I see this glass and I see it, this is half full.
Mhm.
This is my truth. And you see this glass and you're saying, no, this is half empty.
Mhm.
This is your truth.
Mhm.
And neither of us right
Mhm.
or neither of us
Or
wrong.
both of us are right. Yeah.
Yes. And this is the perspective you have.
But I guess that's one of the things that I think people kind of put together is that your truth is different from my truth, and they kind of they say that like my truth is now like a form of truth, and now you have to accept it because it's my truth, as opposed to it being my perspective. In the sense that it's just from my experiences, from my knowledge, this is going to be the truth. I know you have a different perspective, but it's not, since it doesn't coincide with my worldview, then it's not true. And I can't accept whatever it is that you're saying.
That's why I was mentioning before, you have to have a level that you should not be going above it.
Like,
Like a respectable way to having a freedom.
mhm.
When you have that much freedom, you'll say, oh, okay, I identify as a, I don't know, stone. I mean, come on. You identify yourself as a stone, but the real truth is that you're biologically human.
Mhm.
And for yourself, yeah, you can call yourself whatever you want. But the objective reality is different.
Uh-huh.
And when having that much freedom for the people to define themselves whatever they want, yes, that is too much freedom.
Mhm.
And like, look at the other countries.
Is that too much freedom, or is that just too much ecumenism? Is that too much like hey, I don't want any trouble, so if you think you're a wolf or something, okay, that's fine. It's okay, it's not bothering me, so just continue with your life thinking that you're a wolf. If
thing
you want to
is,
tell everybody else that you're a wolf, if you want to tell children that you're a wolf, and that when you grow up you could be a wolf too, like that's good. But then I guess my point with that is that if you're introducing these because non-truths into the zeitgeist, then I think that just creates a lot more division than it does unity.
yeah, but certain rules I think should be applied
Mm-hmm.
in general. For example, let's compare the Russia with the US. Russia prohibited like transgenderism or whoever could identify themselves with different. No, they have a rule that you have to identify yourself male or female.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what do you think, how do you see yourself at the mirror, but how you born, what is described your gender in your passport. This is who you are biologically. We don't care what the psychologically how you feel.
Yeah.
This is the reality, and this is the truth.
Yeah.
And this is not on your control or on your hand to define your gender. Gender is the biological definition of your as a human, yeah, as a sex. But over here, when you do like any interview application or resume, or when you feel like, oh, how do you identify yourself?
What are your pronouns?
Yeah, what is your come on? Yeah, I think it's just not the right way to ask. Don't ask why it matters to you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Don't ask what.
Don't ask your gender. Why are you asking?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to have that many pronouns, and if you allowed yourself to accept that many pronouns, don't ask what matters,
Mm-hmm.
why you need them.
You're saying as a person asking,
like applications, like identifiers of male, female,
uh-huh,
then transgender, heterosexual, homosexual, or like so many alphabets they added already in that on
yeah,
the end of class and LGBTQ, blah blah. Why?
yeah,
That person who identify himself or herself with one of these, let them deal with them own.
uh-huh,
Why it should be the part of the generally accepted rule?
yeah,
Did you get what I mean? Because
mm-hmm,
it's biologically, yes, male and female, that's it, right?
mm-hmm,
But why are we going deep dive on that level to confuse people? Why it should make people think about, oh, how am I gonna approach? How am I gonna ask that person? He looks like a male, but put some, I don't know, lipsticks, put some long nails. Okay, how am I gonna communicate? Or what's the right way to, ask something?
yeah,
Why are you making that complexity for the people?
yeah,
It just creates more problems.
yeah,
And when that person trying to approach it the way he accidentally, I would say, approached, and that person, oh no, I'm not identify like that. But how would I know? It's not my job to identify you, who
yeah.
you are. If you have a confusion to identify yourself, don't put me in that trouble.
Yeah. But that goes into the whole like where like respectful dialogue, like how
Yeah.
many rules do you want to apply to the respectful dialogue? Because the reason why we're getting asked like those questions on like a questionnaire
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or whatever app, like your email, your address,
Mm-hmm.
what's your pronoun, whatever. That comes from the idea of the DEI thing, the diversity, equity, and
Mm-hmm.
inclusion. It's like, oh, we want to be more inclusive. So in order for a company to prove that they're being inclusive, they have to be able to have data of all the various employees that work within that company to say that, hey, we're super inclusive because we have this amount of blacks, we have this amount of gays, we have this amount of males that identify as females, we have this amount of females that identify as males, and that's how, like right now in the U.S., that's how the power structures are kind of formulated. Like you were mentioning, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, they all have significant ownership in a lot of these big companies,
Yeah.
Pepsi, Coke, Tesla, Google, all these places, and their influence in those companies is that, hey, we have to be a diverse company, we have to be equitable with the employees, and we have to be inclusive with all these various different ideologies and stuff and perspectives, these different truths that your employees have. We can't say that they're male or female or anything like that because that might be offensive.
God created like that. Why should it be offensive?
Exactly, but what if what if we introduced restrictions to free speech now, saying that, like, let's say if there's a left-wing government that is
Mm-hmm.
in charge, and they're saying, "Hey, you can no longer be offensive to transgender people." So, if someone wants to identify as a woman, even though they're a guy, you have to call them a woman, because if you don't, then you're going to jail or you're going to be fined.
Where was that?
Uh, well, that's the thing in Canada. Like right now, that
Oh,
like Canada for sure. If you do some shit like that, you're gonna get penalized.
oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just grew up in different environment that didn't apply for our country. Luckily,
Yeah,
but
yeah. But like, yeah, where are you from? Like, what?
I'm from Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Where is that? For real? Like, I don't know any of the like geography is not my
Yeah.
is not my strong suit.
Azerbaijan is a country located in eastern side of Europe and western side of Asia.
Eastern side of Europe, western side of Asia.
Yeah, we are right next to Caspian Sea.
Mhm.
and it's been called biggest lake in the world. But
Mhm.
it's because of the water is salty, they call it sea.
Mhm.
Azerbaijan, located on west seaside of Caspian Sea, and we are neighbor with Russia from north, Iran from south, and from west we are neighbor with Turkey, Armenia, and northwest from Georgia.
Oh.
And we're our our country being developed in as a country, republic country in 1918. Then we our country just survived for almost 2 years. Then we went back under we went under to Soviet Union that time, and we've been under Soviet Union about approximately 70, 75 years.
So after 1918, when Azerbaijan gained independence, after that, the
Uh,
Soviet Union.
Soviet Union being built, and then Russia became not only Russia, and 15 countries uh, became all together
So
built.
Azerbaijan, Ukraine.
Azerbaijan, Ukraine, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Belarus, um, then Poland, Slovakia, Slovenia, uh, Czech Republic, Croatia, Serbia. These countries all,
Those were all Soviet Union,
yeah, these are
dude.
all Soviet.
Soviet Union was a
Yeah, all
force
15.
to deal with at the
Yeah,
time. Whoa.
yeah, 15 countries, and plus Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan. All these been under Soviet Union,
Hmm.
and Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. Since 1991, all these countries declared their independency, and we also in, become independent. Since now, yeah, our country is republic, and our currency is manat, and our capital city is Baku.
Baku.
Yeah,
And republic being that like you have
we have a constitution.
representatives.
Yeah, we have a constitution.
Hmm.
Constitution republic.
Constitutional republic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And why so now that the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, all these countries gained their independence because they didn't like the Soviet Union, or
No, they didn't have a choice.
oh,
They
okay.
have to be. They have to be independent because otherwise countries being gonna invade them and get their territories.
Hmm.
And before Soviet Union, they had their own territorial integrity, and it's been uh, I don't know exactly for other countries, but for Azerbaijan, we had the territorial integrity before Soviet Union, and when Soviet Union became a Soviet Union, that still we had the borders inside the USSR,
Hmm.
but countries become independent after Soviet Union collapsed. They still remain their borders,
Hmm.
but during that time, it's because the country is just a new country. They gained their independence after a long period of time. They didn't have a good structure that's standing on their feet.
Hmm.
That's why it was hard for uh, to have someone with the knowledge to rule the government, take that government in that level, which will be successful and having good uh, communications, good connections with the neighbors.
Hmm.
And it was chaotic that time.
Yeah.
And that chaos brought so many problems for our country and for neighbors. But uh, since 1991, our country started grow
Hmm.
and economically and militarily and in every area.
Mhm.
Major point of growth is our strategic location. We are just located between Europe and Asia. It's like a small corridor just going through us,
Oh, yeah.
and energy corridor delivers and uh, transportations or passing through my country. Yeah, it's been a short period since 1991 till now, but country had good chance to improve in every level.
Mhm. So now that the Soviet Union is collapsed and the country's independent,
Yeah.
given the whole like Ukraine Russia thing, now
Mhm.
I keep hearing that Russia's like the big baddie in the world right now, or like it at least that's how it got presented to us when that conflict first started. Is
Yeah.
like, oh, Russia bad, we got to help Ukraine. So how does the surrounding countries feel about Russia, like Azerbaijan? Do they see Russia as a big baddie or someone to that hey, we used to be partners and we still could be because we're all like because the people that it's all Slavic
Hmm.
people, right? So in a sense there is unity in that sense, but like is it ideologies? Is it economic reasons why there's so much separation, or is Russia bad in the view of Azerbaijan people?
The thing is, I cannot talk on behalf of my country, and
Uh-huh.
I just the way I see, I can describe it.
Mhm.
We have really good relationship with both countries. Uh, with Russia, obviously, Russia is a superpower for that region. Every
Mhm.
country who used to be a part of USSR trying to be super careful
Oh
with
yeah.
Russia, and obviously they have a reason to be careful.
Mhm.
And Ukraine also, like Ukraine and Russians, they almost the same people. They speak this almost same language,
Mhm.
and I study in Ukraine. I graduated my master's in Ukraine.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and but the way I see current state of war, uh, actually, war is not good.
No.
No
No.
matter what,
Yeah,
in
no, not at all.
which level, in
Yeah.
which reason, and war is not good, and a lot of people being killed.
Killed, kidnapped.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it just damaged a lot of things. But the way I see Russia, I'm not giving any right to invading to other country or killing anyone. But I I watched Tucker Carlson's interview with Vladimir Putin.
Oh yeah.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he actually brought up some details about that war.
Mhm.
He mentioned
Putin or Tucker?
what Tucker asked, and Putin gave
Oh
him
yeah.
answer.
Mhm.
You know, when NATO being developed and under NATO is supposed to be 19 countries,
Mhm.
those 19 countries should not be expand more than that,
Yeah.
and should be
Like NATO shouldn't expand.
yeah, shouldn't
Yeah.
expand and should be just hold those countries. And that not expansion uh didn't follow, but some reason later on some countries started joining to NATO, and in order to empower their military and safety. But that expansion started make Russia worry about,
Mhm.
and obviously the Russian government didn't like that way that NATO didn't hold their words to not.
Yeah.
And
Because NATO, the U.S. government, because NATO's really the U.S. government.
yes,
They said that the NATO will not expand past this point, and they
yes,
have our guarantee or whatever. But ever since then, we've just been itching closer
yes,
and closer and closer. And then this last election with Biden and Kamala, I remember Kamala just going over there at some point and basically saying that Ukraine is going to be a part of NATO, like full
yeah.
stop.
It just I think it was a triggering point for
Yeah.
Russian military force to.
Because it's an existential threat to them, right? Because
Yes.
NATO is obviously, because at some point Vladimir Putin did want to join NATO. He
Yeah,
was like, "Hey,
exactly.
like, hey, all right, like this is post World War II. We want to get along. All right, let's get along.
Hmm.
I'm down. I'll join NATO. Like,
Yeah,
we're down." But U.S. was like, "No, no,
yeah.
no." And then after that, okay, then Putin was like, "All right, well, you don't want to be friends, whatever."
Hmm.
Then all right, we'll to have this border of land, which was Ukraine and all
Hmm.
these other countries in between NATO and Russia. But as we kept inching closer towards Russia, and then now claiming that the Ukraine was going to be a part of NATO, that means that the NATO will be able to have store nuclear bombs inside Ukraine and be able to attack Russia at any moment. It's like as if the U.S. was willing to give Cuba over to Russia.
Hmm.
It's like obviously we don't want Russian nuclear missiles like
Yeah,
right next to us. Like that's not
right.
ideal for us. And if we were over here, if Russia was threatening to do that with Cuba, obviously we would do some shit about it. Obviously, we did some shit about it with
Yeah,
Venezuela. Yeah,
yeah.
so I guess that yeah, no, that's kind of why I was wondering, because we were sold a certain narrative here in the U.S. in that Russia bad because they invaded the country and now like they started this war because Russia's just super bad. But what they failed to tell us is that we kind of provoked them to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a point.
Mm-hmm.
That provocation just caused a lot of uh, lives.
Mm-hmm.
That cost paid by countries who's been in part of it. A lot of Ukrainians died. A lot of Russians died in the war, and it's not good. Just we already have a decline of the population almost in everywhere, but
You're saying population worldwide?
yeah, in the worldwide,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but and killing more people in the war is just another level,
Yeah.
and plus I've heard some conspiracy theories about wars that intentionally being created
Yeah.
in order to selling weapon, selling some aids, selling some all this is all money.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
all about money,
Um.
and the country who's in part of that game or part of that war, they losing a power. They losing a they they become a weaker, and that that giving some advantage for other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they spending money. They spending a lot of resources, which is like giving like result of other countries or whoever been invaded, whoever been part of it, getting stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, man. All this war stuff, going back to like why we're like why you started leaning back onto the Quran
Yeah,
and all that. Like my biggest like awakening moment was seeing all these kids getting blown up in Gaza.
yeah,
Like once I started seeing these videos of these like dismembered like body parts of like these
yeah.
little
I
babies
kind
and
of watch
stuff
those.
like that, like that just huge wake up point of like, hey, there's some real evil going on, and we're just kind of like mum to it. We just don't know that like our government is actively doing some evil stuff on our behalf outside of what like our little bubble here in the US might be. And and then once I started seeing all these wars pop up and like the how they're all interconnected and why we're involved in everything, and I started getting involved, like paying attention more to politics, because before I didn't really care about politics. It was just like, oh, it doesn't really
I
affect
think
me.
it's related to age too.
H2?
No, our
Oh,
age.
our age.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because when we're young, we didn't really care about the politics. When you
100%.
get older, when you start looking at that news
100%.
highlights and just, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I started paying attention to guys like Tucker.
Yeah.
Because did you know,
Same.
like when he did that interview with Putin, the CIA was actually like intercepting all those messages between them, and they
Really?
tried to stop Tucker from doing that interview in Russia.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, whoa, why is our like, why are we doing that? And then Charlie Kirk was this huge personality, and he built this huge organization called Turning Point in order to
Hmm.
um, get the young people like that don't care about politics to actually care about politics, to care about
Yeah.
the society that we're bringing our children into, and stuff like that. And he was super against the war in Ukraine, and like he got a lot of pushback for that, but
He
obviously.
criticized a lot our government that we should not be part of that Ukraine war. We should not be like sending that much money to that,
Hmm.
and it's just escalating or expanding that war even
Yeah.
further. Should
Uh-huh.
not be happen
Yeah, we
because we'll
shouldn't be provoking Russia.
exactly. I mean, we are sending money to the Ukraine to let them buy more weapons,
Hmm.
and buying more weapons it means killing more, and killing more it means they gonna even go higher and attacking more.
It just keeps
It
escalating.
just keeps escalating, keeps
Hmm.
getting expanded, and
Yeah.
which is not good.
Exactly. And then this whole Iran wars that like started
Yeah.
to brewing, and Charlie was super against the Iran war as well. Him, so like imagine you're President Trump and you have all these people coming to you trying to convince you to do
Hmm.
certain things and have certain interests and stuff like that. To my knowledge, the only two public figures that actively went to the White House to try to convince Trump to please don't start this war with Iran, please, 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 was Tucker and Charlie. And then they murdered Charlie.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, okay, all right, time to talk to God. Time
Yeah.
time to figure out what this is all about, because there's so much evil, there has to be some kind of good. What is the good? I'm here to look for the good
The
in
good should start from ourselves.
Mhm.
If we let me like paraphrase it. They just start like from the basics. I when I started reading a lot and questioning a lot, I came up with the conclusion that I have to make sure I'm good and I'm useful, useful in order to be good family member, good person in my own range. My own range means my family and friends range, which
Mhm.
is my first radius.
Mhm.
If I'm good, if I'm useful, it's been uh, it's been kind of honor to serve my first range, first circle,
Mhm.
and my second circle is getting a little bit larger.
Yeah, your community.
My community, my work, my country, my coworkers, and how am I useful to my second range or second circle? And if you accomplish the first one, you're trying to be good and becoming useful for your larger circle.
Mhm.
And when you've been that level, you think is already good and you've been recognized, you are delivering good results, and those results actually uh, satisfy people, and your usefulness is delivering tangible results, then you should just look up further. You're expanding your third circle.
Mhm.
That's the third circle is how could you be useful for the people, for the world, for the humanity?
Mhm.
And that usefulness, it should deliver huge amount of power. It requires huge amount of power to deliver good results. that power, for example, people like Elon, now he's on his third circle, which is he puts humanity in front of his
He puts
position.
humanity on his back.
Yes, and he's trying to uh, deliver in good results, which is he's doing already, and taking humanity and humanity consciousness to the interstellar level.
Mhm.
This is the main goal, and there is a really good book about being usefulness. I read it a few months ago. Arnold Schwarzenegger's book,
Uh-huh.
Be Useful.
Mm.
It's a really good book too, and I recommended that. Yeah, you have to be useful, and the major goal has to be useful in order to be a good person. When we are not expanding our circle, it means there is no point to live. We came to this world, and just referencing from the Quran as well.
Mhm.
We came to this world to be a good person, living in the body that we need to take care. And being a good person not only means just gonna go to help someone. No, you have to be a good person to yourself first. Take care of yourself first, mentally, physically, biologically. Then delivering good intentions to your family, friends.
Mhm.
Then you can expand your circle. And this type of approach is just going to make individual level of the person to be good person.
Mhm.
And the evil people, they're going to be evil in any level.
Mhm.
If that person have an intention to do some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, that's why we need to, whoever trying to do something, they need to focus on themselves. Then little by little to expand their
Mhm.
circle and getting better results. And this is my approach to myself.
Mhm.
It should
And
be
it
the
makes
goal.
whole lot of sense. It's like
Yeah.
the foundation of Islam, also
Yes.
Catholicism, and it's kind of what the truth is. It's
Yes.
kind of what
Because no one teaches you at the school
mhm.
for how you need to be good.
Yeah. How do you be a good man?
Yeah,
How do you be a good man? How do you be a good woman?
yes, they teaches you math, but they don't teach you how to be a good person.
Yeah.
This is so bad.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to have that education, the family education, that being developed based on religious belief, based on the family, like your father or mother, how they treat you. Are they having some violence on you? It's
Mhm.
just going to create evil people. That's why the first thing is, if even some kids or family having some problems, school or society or government, that's why they should have some kind of control over it. That's why I'm not at favor of uh, being too much free.
Mhm.
Some level you should have control, regulation, and that regulation help the development of the society.
Yeah. That's assuming it's good
Yeah,
regulation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that's the kicker there, is like it's assuming that the elite, the powers that be, are going to implement good regulation that
Yes.
is here to help you be your best self and help you grow your family, help you grow your community.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem like that's a priority for a whole lot of elite structures. Like now in order to buy a house, you kind of have to have a dual income. You can't have like for regular people, it's not like you can have the guy working and then the mom stay home to raise the kids.
Yeah.
Now it's like the guy and the mom has to go work, and now you have to pawn off the religious education, the value education. It's not necessarily going to come from mom and dad anymore, because the most of the day they're outside of the house and you're at daycare with some person that, who knows, maybe
Yeah.
it was just economically a okay person for your parents to send you to these people. But that's the thing, is that people outside of the family are indoctrinating your kids as opposed to the family developing the kids.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
That's why it was my point. For example, we just look at Japan.
Hmm.
They have such a great education, not only like science or math or something at the school. They have the behavioral education. I saw the other day the video. The kids just trying to cross the road, and they just stepping on a zebra, and someone just let them cross. They
Hmm.
all of them after they crossing the road, they just stood next to the road. They just doing this gesture. It was so good.
Oh, like bowing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
just that giving appreciation
Hmm.
and respect, and that education what they received shows you could be a good person if you've been treated good, if you've been developed good,
Hmm.
and it's all about the way you regulate from the base foundation.
Yeah. But even in Japan, though, it seems like even though they have good values and it's a clean country, like
Hmm.
it's an efficient country, and like the Japanese culture is one of like anime has blown up, dude. Like it's
Yeah,
huge, but they don't want to have kids anymore. Like it's the Japanese population is like on
almost
a
collapsed. Yeah,
yeah, it's imploding right now. Like what is it that not I mean obviously not just Japan, but Japan, really a lot of the developed Asian countries,
yeah.
they're the ones that are really struggling with the whole um reproducing thing. Japan, South Korea, especially South Korea. Um
But if you're not gonna give a right education to the kid, maybe it's not a good idea to keep them alive. Why you
mhm.
bringing those babies to the world if you're not gonna give them good life and good education to make them good people?
Yeah. Yeah, because see, like that this is one of the topics that me and my wife always debate. Because she always comes from that perspective. Is like
Yeah.
if you can't provide a good life for a life,
Hmm.
then you shouldn't really have the right to bring a life
Yeah.
into existence if you can't take care of them. But my perspective on that is that it like what is our purpose as human beings here? I think it's to exist, and it's to uh,
Exist with the purpose. I mean,
exist with the purpose, but it's to be fruitful and multiply. To quote Genesis, in that God made us from the Catholic perspective.
hmm
The reason we exist is to adore God,
hmm
is to give love to God, is for God to love us and us love God, and for us to love God, He wants us um to reproduce, to exist, to grow,
hmm
because we are God's creation, and babies are God's creation. No matter whether or not the baby is going to be born in Gaza or here in the U.S., it's all going to be different um, situations for the baby and different hardships and different um, experiences for him. So it might be a terrible, terrible, terrible childhood, but they could still that they still have the opportunity to turn it around, you know? So whenever we get into this mentality of like, hey, let's not have babies because the world is fucked up and we don't want the babies to suffer. But then that just it seems like a suicidal type of mentality in that, hey, we should be against life because the environment is not good. You could take it even to the next step where when you start thinking about abortion, and that, hey, like if you take this pill at 1 month, like it's like nothing. It's like it wasn't even a baby, you know.
hmm
It didn't um like it's okay. Like it didn't exist, and if it was gonna exist, it would just suffer. So let's just put him out of his misery before he comes, you know?
Yeah. Again, everything's just coming up to the regulation.
Yeah.
that it should have some scientific approach, scientific, let's say, decision making rule that will apply for that kind of, like, let's say, hospitals or some areas, the healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a freedom that people can do abortion in fifth months or third months, they actually making that decision based on the way they want.
Mm-hmm.
If they had a rule, clear rule defines you cannot have abortion after third month.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If you did abortion after third month, you are baby killer.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of rules should be implemented by
Mm-hmm.
the government, and everyone should comply that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you haven't that much freedom and that much freedom giving you options, accept a pill or do the abortion, it's not being regulated, and
Mm-hmm.
people are confused. That's why some people, they just go with a religious approach and decide with that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we are in the 21st century. We have a high level of technology, can identify the condition and describe the condition and see how it's gonna affect. And it's so easy to just create the law
Mm-hmm.
and enforce that law for all healthcare to just follow.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not created, of course, people just gonna get crazy and they're just gonna do abortion. They're just gonna do the pills and all type of like crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm in favor of having some kind of rules, some kind of law. That law will control and define that how it needs to be done and how proper way to handle in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you don't have a rule or any type of guidance, it's just going to be creating a chaos.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the religion has been created by the God, has been created with the people in that time to find an answer, finding a right direction, guidance. And even for our today's life, for example, my country, we have a constitution, US also constitutional. And if you're going against the constitution, you're breaking a law, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that constitution defines which way is the right way to do. And if you're not going to do this, you're just going to have a bad impact.
Mm-hmm.
And people try to follow it, try to obey that rule. And it just not having rule, it just creates a chaos. And chaos is not good.
Mm-hmm.
People going to have a confusion. And it just, I think another level of discipline should apply for that kind of rules. If there is no discipline and if there is no right guidance to follow, what people should do,
Mm-hmm.
it's just going to be hard.
Yeah. So where should the laws derive from?
Based
Like
on science.
yeah. So based on science or theology? Because if you go on science, then one could make the argument that, hey, there's no heartbeat. Like we just
Yeah, but
yeah.
not only that thing.
But anything else, like like let's say COVID, for example. COVID like COVID just blew up. It came from Wuhan, China, and then it just
Do
went
you
all
really
over the
believe it
world.
came from Wuhan, China?
Well, then that's the thing. That's my point, is that COVID happened and you were supposed to follow the science.
Yeah.
Put the mask on because science says that if you don't have the mask on, you're going to spread it. Take the vaccine because science says that it's safe and effective. We only tested it for like half a year, but
Yeah.
We say it's the science, so now do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it just making me think a lot. I saw yesterday the one video on Instagram that the guy started showing off all these details about COVID.
Oh yeah.
And did you see that?
No, no.
He started pointing all head of the directors or the board members of the healthcare and whoever.
The WHO.
I don't know, but yeah, I think it was that. Just started pulling up the name, and that name is the I don't know, blah 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
These are all Jew, and they're working for this one and created this. I don't know, the vaccine or something,
Yeah.
and that kind of uh, videos. You just again, you just okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe anything what you see, but that's why it's better to have a science and the people who have yeah we did some science during that COVID, and we tried to okay the vaccine's gonna protect the people, but
Yeah.
do they really protect the people? And in my country we had the vaccines. uh, we isolate our family
Mm-hmm.
because my parents are old, and my brother isolated them, and somehow they got a COVID, and but they didn't feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
They tested, it was positive. They didn't feel bad,
Yeah.
and then they said, "Oh, okay, you need to get vaccinated." Both of them went to hospital to get vaccination,
Oof.
and after vaccination, my mom got worse.
Yeah.
She got worse, and they could to the to the hospital. They put on an oxygen, I don't know, mask or something, a
Ventilator.
ventilator, and her condition's getting worse every day. So what the heck? Well, what's going on?
Yeah.
And luckily, she survived. And then later on, I I read about that ventilators. The actually problem when you try to solve
Yeah.
creating more problem,
Yes.
and that vaccination made her condition worse. Plus, when you put on a ventilator actually not treated the condition, made it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of science, yes, it's bad, but it's better to have a regulation.
Mm-hmm.
How much? How
So
are you going to regulate it?
I guess that's kind of the thing. So you either get regulated based on your foundation being science or religion.
I think it
And
should be both.
yeah, I think so too. It definitely should be both. But I think now, like, we live in a secular society where religion kind of got pushed out, especially here in the U.S.
Yeah.
And everything's kind of, all the judgments are being made based on a secular mindset without like the idea of God being a factor, you know? So that's why like whenever people are like, "Oh, you must follow the science," I just go back to COVID and it's like, "Oh man, I'm traumatized by this shit at this point."
Yeah, I still see some people wearing masks. I couldn't understand why are you wearing mask? Maybe you
Yeah.
have some different reason to wear it, but some people are. There was a meme in YouTube I saw the day. People wearing weird stuff on their head during
Oh
that
yeah.
COVID time. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. My buddy, shout out Byron. He put this face protector,
Uh-huh.
but he put it upside down to where instead of it like flipping down and going down, he put it upside down so he could flip it up, and he looked like a spaceship
Oh,
type. And he just looks so ridiculous,
yeah, yeah.
But he did it on purpose, so that he could show everybody that this is just so
He just made
ridiculous.
a fun of it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. And then he walked into the restaurant, and since he looked so ridiculous, everybody was just looking right at him. Yeah, it was yeah, COVID really, how would you say, also woke me up. Because you said, did it come from Wuhan, right?
Yeah.
Initially, they said that it came from some wet market in Wuhan, from some pangolin or something, and that like transferred from animal to human. But eventually, what we found out that is, that my perspective is that that definitely wasn't the case. The reason COVID started was because in Wuhan, there's this laboratory called the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is funded by the United States government. Um, who who at the time, the main funder, the guy in charge of the organization funding that laboratory there, was Anthony Fauci.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what they were studying there at that laboratory was viruses, to be able to use existing viruses and try to manipulate these viruses to gain some sort of to gain some sort of function from them. So, okay, yeah, this virus could kill somebody, but what if you can manipulate this virus to where it only kills like a certain group of people, like a certain ethnicity?
Ethnicity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard about that too.
Exactly. So they were experimenting with this stuff, and at some point, one of the doctors got sick, and then someone else got sick, and it got super infectious, obviously. But then the guy that funded the whole problem, we put him in charge of the solution. It's like, well, whoa,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah. Just that kind of results, or let's say after effects, when you see after a while everything just calm down
Hmm.
and say, oh my god, this is just not, why?
Hmm.
And it affected so many people, and so many people die. But later on they said, actually, you know, regular flu kills a lot of people than coronavirus. So what?
Wait, what?
What? And yeah, it's just exaggerated.
Hmm.
And in order to sell vaccination,
Yeah.
it's just again coming up with idea. That idea creates a problem, then that problem requires solution. You create a solution and you sell it. That
Yes. Yeah, that's our health care system in a nutshell.
yeah.
Yeah. That's our war system, right? That's our foreign policy as well. We create problems in different countries and make them start warring with each other, and we sell them the weapons to do it.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
same way for, I just recently, when I went to my country, uh, I noticed that too. I had the problem with my tooth, and I went to dentist over here and asked, it required a root canal treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the price. He said 2,500, just one tooth. And I went to my country. I bought a ticket. I went to my country, I fixed it, and spent time with my family. I came back. It was less than that.
Yeah, dude.
And it was like
Yeah.
a $20 or something over there.
Oh man. Yeah, dude.
And it's all about the insurance, how
Yeah.
much money insurance companies are making.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's just inflating the price artificially.
Yeah. Not just inflating the price, but it's like, it's a system that kind of maintains your sickness. It's not a healthcare system, it's a sick care system. It's like that
Yeah.
doctors aren't incentivized to cure your problems. They're incentivized to mitigate them, so that, like, instead of you getting rid of the problem, we'll just give you this pill that kind of
Mhm.
suppresses the symptoms. But now you're just but now you're kind of, you have to keep buying this pill to make it to where you don't feel that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a cough, instead of them saying that, hey, if you do this, if you eat this way, if you get rid of your
Mhm.
virus, and you won't have that cough anymore. Nah, just take Dayquil every day, man. Like it's fine.
Yeah. Every time when I saw that too. Every time when you have some kind of sickness, you're trying to find a answer when you go to the. I recently had like last year, I think it was last year. Yeah, I had some rash, some reason on my face, on my neck. So what's going on? I just need to go to doctor to see what happened. And I didn't know I have an allergy that
Hmm.
time. For some reason, it just developed over here.
Yeah.
I never had an allergy in my country, and I didn't know over here too.
Yeah.
And I find out by myself. I went to doctor over here, one of those dermatologists. Um, I think it was a not doctor, it was a PA, and he came and asked and brought some like I don't know, like a journal or a catalog. I just opened. Which one is look like yours? I said, what the hell? What are you talking about? Just look at my rash. I mean, why are you
He
showing
was
me a
asking
catalog?
you to diagnose
Yeah.
yourself. Oh man.
I said, nah, it doesn't look good.
Oh
So
no.
I just left there,
Yeah.
and I just said, no, you guys. I don't know how you work, but it's not the right way to
Yeah.
diagnose the problem.
Yeah.
Then I find out I have an allergy, and I couldn't sleep. My nose and everything, I couldn't breathe.
Mhm.
The symptoms I asked our AI, it
Yeah.
just it looks like you have an allergy.
Yeah.
And I get one of these like regular allergy pills. Everything is perfect now.
Yeah.
And health, I think, is super important. We
100%.
just need to
It's the
focus
best
on
investment you'll ever make.
yes, and number one factor for uh, being healthy, you just need to follow 3 steps, and those 3 steps is essential. And if you want to be healthy,
Hmm.
and I follow those 3 steps.
What are the 3 steps?
First, number one thing is sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number one is sleep. Number two, exercise. Number three is uh, how you eat. What's your meal look like?
What's your diet? Yeah.
What's your diet? And if you follow all these three, you don't need a doctor
Hmm.
unless you don't break your bone.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and sleep is the main factor of your hormones and how you develop your hormones. And we all being regulated by hormones. That's why sleep is super important.
Hmm.
And second is exercise. And if you're not exercising enough or not moving enough, you're not replacing that energy what you collected in your body.
Hmm.
And energy replacement is the muscle contraction or uh, like running, jumping, lifting, all these, just replacing your exercise energy. And when you sweating, you're releasing that energy from your body.
Hmm.
And when you eating meal, you're just getting back. That circulation is just a natural way to live.
Yeah.
And if we're not gonna follow that in a short period, it should not be giving any bad impact. But if you if it's gonna have a long period, long time, you're gonna see the bad. You're just gonna get bigger belly, get a fatter, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna look bad.
100%. Yeah, but like the allergy thing that you're talking about, like I think because it's not just the healthcare system, it's also like our agriculture here, right?
Yeah.
And like here it would, in order to grow anything, you have to douse everything with poison,
Yes.
with so much poison. And you think you just wash that off. No, those chemicals are there. They're just they can't be washed off.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do like when it rains, all those chemicals, they go into
The
the
soil.
water,
Yeah.
they go into the soil, they go everywhere. And not only that, the seeds that we use to grow our food here. Do you know about Monsanto?
No. What is that?
Monsanto is the one company where you can buy your seeds if you're a farmer. It's the one they have a patent on their own seed for tomatoes,
The monopoly or
corn.
what?
Yeah, it's a monopoly. And but that it's legal somehow. It's legal somehow. If you're some kind of farmer that got some seeds from Mexico and wanted to start planting some seeds that you're getting from Mexico, if if you're a farmer, if you're a neighboring farmer, you're incentivized to snitch on that guy. Because if you snitch on that guy, you get paid.
I see. That's why I don't eat anything like uh, whatever grows. I just eat animal and animal products.
Oh, are you a
Carnivore.
carnivore diet?
Yeah.
For real? Oh, dude, tell me about that.
I would not say I'm 100% on carnivore,
Mm-hmm.
but I mostly eat animal and animal products.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in once in a week I can add like I don't know, uh, little carb because when I go to gym I need to have some
Carbohydrates. Yeah.
gasoline in my tank.
Yeah.
But usually I eat steaks,
Mm-hmm.
ribeye steak or New York strips. Um, yeah, that's it, and I eat just once a day,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps me a lot because when you don't eat sugar or carbohydrate or poisoned
Fruit.
fruit
Yeah.
or vegetables, you're gonna feel a lot better.
Yeah.
You're gonna sleep well. You're gonna wake up well. You won't crash after your lunch, and you will feel more energetic, and your brain fog will disappear, and everything gonna feel natural.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel great. I've been in this diet almost 2 years already.
2 years.
Yeah,
When you first started, did it affect your like stomach a lot? Because Joe Rogan, you know Joe
yeah,
Rogan?
yeah.
He
Obviously, of
described
course.
yeah. He described when he first went on the carnivore diet for a while that he had mad diarrhea for like
No,
the first 2-3 weeks, but then afterwards he was fine.
I didn't experience that.
Mm,
I didn't have anything bad
okay.
because I just started like when I saw the podcast and I started digging a little bit to understand is it good or bad or because it's so restrict or have so much restriction and you're not eating anything else except meat,
Yeah.
And I did like 1 year like that
Hmm.
without eating anything, just the meat. Then later on, it become a little bit, I don't know, become a little bit boring or something.
Hmm.
I just start little by little adding the carbohydrate. Not like it's not 100% carbohydrate, but
Like potatoes and
like a rice
okay, right.
and sometimes fruit. Like trying to energize myself when I go to gym because after a certain time, your body get used to that diet and it just feels plateau. And in order to have more energy or pushing your limits in the gym, it just requires some kind of boost.
Yeah. You don't do pre-workout?
Uh, I do only creatine. It's just a pre workout type of thing, but nah, I don't use any other supplements except creatine, and it's only proven supplement that that doesn't have side effects.
Yeah.
Rather,
The other problem with like supplementation is like you don't really know the bioavailability
hmm
of that supplement because you could be taking like vitamin D every day, but if you mix it with some other like supplement, then it kind of suppresses the effectiveness of the vitamin D. So maybe it'd be better to do the vitamin D in the afternoon and this supplement in the morning or whatever. But like we don't get that type of detail from our doctors at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Have you heard of Ways to Well? I think you might be interested in this, but Ways to Well. It's a company here in Austin. This guy named Greg Bueller. I think it's
hmm
Greg Bueller. He's been on Rogan a few times already,
Okay.
but he started off as an insurance representative trying to
hmm
sell. No, no, not insurance. Pharmacist.
hmm
Not pharmacist. One of those people that go around to doctors' offices representing the pharmaceutical companies
Okay.
and trying to push drugs like, oh, hey,
hmm
try clomiphol or whatever.
hmm
And he went from that to starting his own pharmacy, to starting to deal with all the insurance companies and seeing how corrupt the whole system was. Because he had this one particular story where he said that I could have this little old lady come up to me, say that, hey, I want think of a drug, ibuprofen,
Mm-hmm.
or some pharmaceutical drug that they have to formulate. And the cost, he said, my cost of this ibuprofen is $2.50. So normally I would sell this that cost me for $2.50. I would sell it to her for $3.50 or $4.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as soon as she mentions that she has insurance, I have a gag clause that makes it illegal for me to tell her that, hey, if you don't go through insurance, you just have to pay $4. But if you go through insurance, you have to pay the $20 copay.
This is crazy.
And that would happen all the time.
Yes.
So he was like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then he went through the whole like what we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about right now. This it's not a healthcare system; it's a sick care system, and there's all this money and investment and studies being put into how to mitigate our sicknesses, and there's not a whole lot of focus being put into how to prevent these sicknesses, preventative care, how to ensure that each individual body is running on all six cylinders, like really
Yeah. Yeah.
in a good place. So he started this company called Ways to Well. And what they do is they get a blood sample from you, and then they do all these studies on that blood sample to tell you what your deficiencies are, and based on those deficiencies, recommend certain supplements to you and recommend them in a way that maximizes their bioavailability.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, they also recommend like a certain type of diet, because each individual, regardless of their health, if you're if you're like a Slavic person, then
Mm-hmm.
you have like generationally, there's
Yeah.
a certain
Genetical.
diet
Yeah.
that works best for you, and someone that is indigenous like Mexico or something, that
Mm-hmm.
like for over the vast majority of the time, they're used to like certain foods that make them healthy.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. They're like, they use that information, and based on your current um um on your current health, based on various factors of your blood, they give you all these recommendations on it.
Yeah. It just getting deep dive on your genes and trying
Yeah.
to find out what's your DNA look like.
Mm-hmm.
Based on your DNA's code, it
Mm-hmm.
defines your habits, your character, your diet,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yes.
And I think it's a good way to do research.
Yeah.
And even when you do your DNA check, you can see what portion of the world you're coming from,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
what.
I am skeptical on those types of companies though, because like what this guy does, it's a small operation, right? It's just here in
Uh-huh.
Austin, Texas, and like anywhere in the United States that wants to use this, but it's like a small business, right? But when you go into like ancestry.com or 23andMe,
Okay.
like then that's when I get weirded out about it, because now since this is like a global operation, with these are very big companies that are very closely associated with every government, because they have to be um in order to operate in countries. It's like a condition to be able to operate here. It's like, okay, you want to be able to make money on this type of scheme? Well, we're gonna have to have access to that like
Mm,
whenever we want, you know. So now they have like actual to the individual, the genetic makeup
yeah.
of the population. And now with the whole COVID thing and vaccinations and all that, it just feels icky. It feels a little
Mm,
sus, you know. And that's speaking from someone that's already done it. Like I did the 23andMe stuff, and it
yeah.
gave me all this interesting information about me. But now I'm just like, oh man, like my most intimate things about me are now in a database somewhere.
Yeah.
So they know
Yeah.
everything about me.
Actually, I read article about the DNAs.
Hmm.
Uh, we as a human, when we live in our lifetime, when we live, we actually modifying our DNA.
Hmm.
For example, if you live in, like you said, 29, and you're planning to have a baby, how much of stress, how much of like calories you have in a day, and what type of activity you are doing, all these gonna impact on your baby's
Offspring. Yeah.
DNA. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it's just really fascinating that how you live, it develops your uh, DNA for your sperms when you pass it on.
Hmm.
And it creates recently I read about a study. They did study for US soldiers, and some US soldiers, the Marine Corps soldiers, they did study. They recently find out that some of these US Marine uh, soldiers who served in that uh, army, or like the battlefield or somewhere, they had like a huge uh, tension, stress level, and they had only girl child. So how is this possible? And they started studying, and why is this happening?
Hmm.
And they noticed when they went through that kind of harsh environment, that kind of harsh trainings, they actually increased their stress level, pressure level, and it just made their DNAs differently, and they impacted it impact that stress impacted on their sperms.
Hmm.
And when they have a baby, it's like a 70% or 80% of those people who served in Marine, they had the girl child.
That's fascinating, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Because
is
you can think
crazy.
of like if you just can just imagine any kind of like manly man that you can think.
Hmm.
Just think, uh, I don't know, Joe Rogan
Hmm.
or Dwayne the Rock Johnson or something like that.
Hmm.
They all have girls, and so what does that tell us? So do our bodies, does our collective like what makes us humans? It adapts to where, hey, the male is under stress. There is a stressful environment
Hmm.
at all times. We need a lot more empathy into the world. We need a lot more, love and all the attributes that women bring into
Hmm.
society. That we need a lot more of that.
Yeah.
And the opposite is going to be the true whenever like the man is like very lackadaisical, very like
Hmm.
a fat, like just unhealthy.
Yeah.
They're mostly going to be a lot of males.
Yeah.
Like if there was a study that studied that
Yeah, I
says
noticed
like
that too.
really
Yeah, I noticed that too. Because
okay.
after reading that article, I said, "Oh, okay, it's just gonna make me focusing on more details. See, okay, is it actually true, or is just someone else's
Interpretation of
interpretation?" Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, but that would be fascinating if
yeah,
if that correlation was
yeah,
like
yeah. That much stress, it doesn't matter how much physical or mental stress you're going to get.
mhm,
The brain recognizes the same way. Stress is a stress.
mhm,
If you're putting stress on your muscles, or if you're putting a stress on your mind, your brain understands it as a stress.
mhm,
For brain, it doesn't matter,
right.
and that's why the all hormones, or all um, signals being kicked in your brain and just sent to your body,
Yeah.
and all this being developed, but based on what your brain sending a signal.
Yeah.
It's
It
just crazy.
it adds to the perfection of the design.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. This is wild. Cuz it also feels wild that at the same time when we see all this demise or destruction out in
Mm,
the world or whatever, that the response is that a lot of the young people are becoming more religious. Like it would seem like me growing up as a teenager, I think the assumption would be that religion is kind of like dorky. Like
mm.
that seems like a relic of the past, like where we have developed into this society that kind of prove religion wrong. Because like the new atheists were super huge, like Sam Harris. I don't know if you've heard of him. Richard Dawkins. Like these guys got a lot of, and they were all the podcasts. They have a lot of those clips, all those reels. They had real banger like type arguments against religion, and but but it just snap right back. Like as soon as atheists started coming in, we're like the next generation's like, no, there is a God.
I think it's just a reflective approach for them
Mm-hmm.
based on how bad or how treat, treatment they had in their past from their parents, from their surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever I met as an atheist, and I just started deep diving the questions. How 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 did you have a childhood? What did you do when you were on this age?
Mm-hmm.
What was your dream on that age? How did you communicate with your family? And most of them, they had a trauma. That trauma, it created less belief. That trauma created more uh, aggressiveness, and that aggressiveness kicks in more evil character.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they try to uh, they try to be more like a, let's say, different approach, like a more harsh approach to the conclusion, rather than finding like a softer approach or softer uh, argument.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my personal observation,
Yeah.
that person who's been atheist, they had always in that direction of research, trying to uh, convince themselves, yeah, I'm right,
Yeah.
there is no God.
Yeah.
And based on that research, they try to
Disprove God.
disprove others.
Yeah. 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 It's like they have a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but yeah, you do make the distinction between like atheists and agnostics, because I think there also was an explosion of agnosticism where people just didn't know if there's a God, but it seems like it doesn't really affect my life, so I'm gonna act as if there isn't a God. So I'm a I'm a do like some degenerate shit.
Yeah, like when we started this conversation, we mentioned that everything is precisely follow the rhythm
Hmm.
in the world, in our, like, that many levels of air, that many levels of atomic precision, what we have, that many level of intelligence, what we have, consciousness we have. It's impossible to just, like, how, just look at like on cosmic level of precision, like a 9 or 10 planets in our solar system rotating around the sun.
Uh-huh.
They have like so precise angle, so precise distance. How is this possible? Yes, let's understand that.
It's
Okay, this
random.
this is the bottle, and it's been made by human, and human made this one look like this and has a purpose. Okay, how about the planets? How about all other solar systems? How it's been made? It should be some kind of eternal power to make this happen precisely in this level.
With this amount of beauty.
Yes. And you're coming and telling me there is no God.
Yeah.
You may not call it God. You may call it something else, but that eternal power, religious people call God. Non-religious people call it, oh, it just happened. It just, I don't know,
Just is.
just is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy, he actually kind of made that argument when he came on here. His name is Juan Esteban, and he's just like, he's in that place where it's like, like bad things have happened to me, and like I and like it kind of put him in a position where, well, there's a lot of negativity surrounding religion and the experiences that he's had with religion, and he came to the place now where he's doing great. Like, he's in a great situation. Like, life is just amazing.
Mm.
So he just doesn't see like there is a necessity for God in his life. He's just grateful that he's alive and that he gets to experience.
He's grateful for what?
Yeah, exactly. He's just grateful that he is.
Grateful to whom?
Exactly, but he doesn't know and he doesn't care. Like, it's okay. But in his mind, it's okay. That, yeah, I'm grateful to, I don't know, that I'm here. I don't know what, I don't know who, but I don't care. It's fine.
People usually sense God and see that when they are in trouble.
Yeah. Like that, or like they don't get close to God until they feel like they're in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's the case for a lot of, like, probably everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you're in a very bad situation and you have no any solution. You almost in that point, you're just gonna give up, and some kind of like a pray you do, and something happens and it changes. Then, oh, actually, I did pray, and my prayer is working and accepted, and there is a God.
Yeah.
Why you have to go that extreme to to accept the God?
Yeah. Yeah. Cause, oh man, cause imagine that, because there was a huge rise in suicides.
Yeah.
And as the society became more secular, suicide went true to roof. Not only that, psychological problems with people started going true to roof as well. And now you have all these like therapists and stuff, and people selling you like, hey, have you gone to therapy? Have you went to go, figure your stuff out with a trained professional therapist? Like, that has been the message, right? But if it was a more religious society where there was a God that loves you with like everything and does not want you to end your life,
Yeah.
like it actually displeases him, and it's a huge incentive to be like, all right, well, I can't die or else I can't be with God.
Yeah.
Like
Biologically, we are designed to believe some eternal power. We're designed to have that psychological, let's say,
disposition.
psychological support. I would say like that. This is just defines you. You should believe in a God, and God is your first companion. That you need to talk with him, and you can ask whatever you want, and that kind of psychological approach will help some people who committed suicide.
Yeah.
That will help them a lot.
Yeah.
It's because they don't believe in God, or maybe they are atheist. It just they loosen their hope, and when they loosen hope, and there is no backup, there is no the answer to your questions, they lost. When they lost, obviously they want to live in this life.
Yeah. Dude, that I hope the way you just said hope there really just put it into perspective for me, because I've been praying the rosary a lot. And what I've come to find out is that these three beads right here, they represent three different things. one being faith, hope, and charity, which is also love.
Yeah.
So I just kind of been thinking about those three things. Like, why are they the North Star here of like religion?
As a human, we need to have daily reminder for all of us. Reminder, for example, that me personally, when I grew up, I always told my mom, Dad, Mom, even if you see my failure, tell me that you're good, you're doing good, you're gonna be successful. Because I need to hear that.
Yeah.
In order to convince myself it's okay to be failing, but I believe in you. I need to have some kind of emotional support, and plus that emotional support will develop some self-confidence.
Uh-huh.
And if you're going to have a self-confidence, you're gonna be more let's say you're gonna be more brave to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And like people, when they don't get their that kind of motivational words, it's just gonna have them trouble with their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to have a trouble, if you don't have an exit, you will feel trapped in your own mind, and you will feel depressed, and it will just gonna lead to that kind of suicidal attempts.
Yeah.
And me personal, right? Sometimes I just forget about myself to remind me. I just put some notes in front of me. Sometimes I read it out loud. That note, it reminds me, okay, you're good. Don't worry. Whatever the heck going on, it's just gonna be temporary, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you just need to convince yourself that you're good, you're strong. Psychologically, whatever pressure you have, you're just gonna pass on. And biological, we are designed to convinced. We need to get convinced with our own thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And when people are not convinced, we're just gonna fail. We're just gonna fail if you're not gonna, like, when you're alone. You cannot talk. Who are you going to talk with? No one. But when you believe in God, at least you have some internal communication.
Yeah.
You're communicating with your thoughts. And when you say some words out loud, that out loud is just your ears hearing it. When you hear them, you feel okay. You're programming your mind, you're programming your consciousness that, okay, everything is not that bad actually.
Yeah.
And that reminder to make you believe in yourself more, which
Because
again,
God believes in you.
exactly. Yeah.
Heavy stuff, man.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
And I enjoyed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I wish uh well maybe this is like a new thing for people actually talking about God, because
Mhm.
people don't want to talk. I have grown up with the sense that people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like it gets uncomfortable for people, and they're just like, oh, like they're not willing to go deeper into it. Because I think it's also like an emotional subject at times for people. Like especially those that like are traumatized,
Yeah.
that gone through some shit as a kid. Like I think they've have gotten to the point of certain abandonment where like their main state is hopelessness. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. If again, if you don't have a hope, it means you you have a weaker beliefs. People also getting far away for reading. They don't read. And you need
Yeah,
to read.
I've come to find out reading is hard. Reading like not just a long book, but just different styles of literature. It just doesn't make sense initially. Now it still doesn't make sense to me, but I know that I mean, practice is gonna make perfect, right? But Like it is difficult to try to go
Concentrate.
from a 5 grade reading level to college grade reading level. Like people don't exercise that. Most people don't exercise that muscle at all.
Yeah,
Really.
this is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have a patience, and I didn't too. And I started opening a book. I feel like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maximum 1 hour. I feel like I'm tired.
Yeah.
I feel sleepy.
Yeah.
So okay, it should be something fun way to do it. And I discovered the Audible and started listening to audiobook
Uh-huh.
rather than reading it.
Yeah.
I can read. You cannot read a book while you're driving. You cannot read a book while you're exercising, but you can listen
Unless you have
it.
a Tesla. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can do it with the listening, and I I'm so enjoying to listen to book while I'm driving, while I'm
Yeah.
exercising, while I'm even just resting.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really good way to enhance your knowledge,
Yeah.
and reading helps. Reading just opening your eye, see things differently,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. And I highly recommend if someone is having a hard time to read with a real book, but it's really cool to listen to book, not reading it.
Yeah. Yeah, because listening, no, because that's the only reason I have any kind of the shallow knowledge that I said I have, like that it's a lot. I've heard a lot, but that's through audiobooks and podcasts.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of smart guys that are just smart all the time, and they can just go on a riff of something so profoundly impactful that just like, oh wait, let me rewind that again.
Yeah.
What did you just say? Like, okay. Yeah. And it's all these different podcasts and the evolution of podcasts over the last, maybe like 7 years, ever since I started listening to podcasts. Cause I used to think it was so dumb. Like, I was like, how am I going to listen to this guy just talk randomly for 3 hours? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I kept hearing it was Joe Rogan. I kept hearing this guy named Joe Rogan. Like you should listen to him. But I was like, nah, I'm good with my music. I'm playing Bad Bunny. Like, eh.
Yeah. I started to listen to him after Elon.
Really?
It
With
is.
Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. So do you like him?
Oh yeah, of course.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, no, Bad Bunny was such like a phase for me. Like I initially started not liking that guy and his music and the way he sang. Like it like bothered me whenever I ever hear it. But and I had I like my best friend at we were in Nevada and we both agreed whenever like that he would come on, we were just like, oh my gosh, this guy. But then he came out with this one song named Calladita. Calladita. And
What does that mean?
it means how would I say it? Like girl silent, like she's a quiet girl. Quiet girl. Yeah. And yeah, and the way like the lyrics and the way that he kind of went about it, the chorus is ella calladita, pero pasa su atrevida, which means that she's a silent girl, but she's like in a clever way he says that she's like sexually advantageous and just like she's basically she's a freak. And marijuana y bebida, being that some beer and weed, you just have the time of your life with this girl. And then it's basically a love song about that girl. But yeah, the chorus, the way it dropped, then it was just me and him in the warehouse because at the time I was a material handler when I first started at Tesla. Yeah, we would just drive around the whole warehouse, just yelling at the top of our lungs that song. Ella calladita. It was just so like looking back at it, like No, like I'd never felt embarrassed about that. Like it was a great time, dude. And then his next album was great, and then his next album was great, and then eventually my little brother started listening to him, and then eventually I got to a point where I could afford uh uh like good concert tickets, like
Yeah.
not in the nosebleeds, but somewhere around where the action's happening. And I took my little brother. So it was just me and my little brother. We went to go see Bad Bunny together.
Yeah.
Long story short, my Bad Bunny phase, that was a huge that was a fun time of my life, actually.
That's cool.
Now it's more of a trying to figure out what life's all about type of phase.
Yeah, I sometimes try to find comedies to just having fun.
Comedies.
Yeah, watching
Uh-huh.
a comedy or going some comedy shows. I
Have you been to the comedy shows
Yeah,
yet?
I went last time to Joe Rogan's comedy.
Really?
Yeah,
The mothership?
yeah, Mothership.
Uh-huh.
In downtown Austin. But before Joe, there were like few people. But honestly, maybe it's me. I don't know. There are some people made some jokes. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Kind of funny, but it wasn't funny. I think it's just being funny. It was a different understanding for myself.
Uh-huh.
Maybe just comedy is kind of faded a little bit to actually delivering a real comedy. Now
Mhm.
it's just all below belly. And
Below the belt, like
yeah,
ragged,
yeah,
uh, degenerate type comedy.
yeah. That when it's keep like you keep seeing it, you keep hearing it. It's just not that comic anymore.
Yeah. After the 99th COVID joke, you're just like, can we
Yeah.
talk about something else?
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you should have like another topic to talk.
Yeah.
And also that kind of I don't maybe yeah it's a different way to understand the comedy over here.
Mhm. Do you have a comedian that a reliable comedian? Because I would say that there's a lot of comedians that can be funny, but then sometimes they just like are not fun. Like Joe Rogan is a prime example for me that if I went to go see him live, I would laugh because the whole vibe, like people are laughing, and what he said was kind of clever, and I wasn't expecting it. It's like, oh hey,
Yeah, he's a
but
clever guy.
if
He's
I
really good.
see it on Netflix or something, if I'm watching it on TV at home, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
For example,
whatever.
my favorite comedians are Dave Chappelle, Matt Rife, then Kevin Hart. Those are really funny. When I watch them, I enjoy them because
Yeah.
they deliver the message properly. They're good. Yes, they also use some vulgar words, but for example, Matt Rife, you know Matt Rife?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God, he's so talented.
Uh-huh.
He's very spontaneous, very ready for, and he does comedy like I don't know. It's just another level to have that kind of talent,
Yeah.
and he has a ready message, a ready response for anyone,
Yeah.
and with a funny way.
Mm-hmm.
And he usually don't have, if I don't mistake, he doesn't have any written script.
Uh-huh.
He just go
Off the
with it.
cuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he has a lot of crowd work type videos that
yeah,
just go viral.
yeah.
Yeah, and girls love him, dude. Girls,
Yeah,
oh, they throw their bra at him every time, dude.
yeah,
They always try to flirt with him too, and he always comes back with something witty, and sometimes it's in a negative way, like, "Oh, you're fucking ugly," or I don't know, something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, but he actually says it in a funny way.
yeah. He's really good,
Mhm.
and I like his comedy, and he's more natural. He sounds more natural to me.
Mhm.
Dave also good because I watch his few. He's more storyteller.
Yeah.
He's telling a story, and on the end of the story, you find it funny.
Uh-huh.
The way he's putting all together, it's also funny. And then Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is
OG at this point.
He's um
He's fallen off.
oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
have you watched his Irresponsible?
No.
Oh,
No.
that was my favorite one.
Irresponsible. The
Yeah,
Irresponsible tour?
yeah.
No, so like his
No, no,
first 3 or 4 specials, I actually really enjoyed.
yeah, he has it Irresponsible in the Netflix too, if I'm not mistaken. It's still there.
Is
But
it the one where he has that joke about his wife throwing his wife over the
yes,
overboard?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
And then
his
she's
kid.
like, "Would you still love me if I didn't have a leg?"
Yeah,
And then he's like,
yeah,
pushes her.
yeah. Yeah, he jokes a lot about his kids and
Yeah,
his wife, and yeah, it's funny.
but no one else. Like those are your 3.
These are my three favorite, and there is another one, Max Amini, then Russell Peters.
Russell Peters. Okay.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're also good, but then Trevor Noah,
Trevor Noah. Okay.
he's good too.
Uh-huh.
He's actually really good. He's British. Yeah, these are major ones that I watch.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Nate Bargatze?
No.
Yeah, I think you would like him. He's actually a clean comedian, but he's a clever one. Like he's really good. So Nate Bargatze. There's this other guy named Phil Hanley. Have you ever heard of him?
No, I haven't.
Oh, he was a surprising one, dude. He
Really?
surprised me.
Please send
Full,
those to me.
yeah, full throttle. Phil Hanley surprised me. Nate Bargatze is funny, but what surprises me is that how clean he can maintain his content. Like like it's not just vulgar words, it's also scenarios that he's painting out for you. Like it's all like family type scenarios. It's not or like everyday type thing. It's never like, oh, I fucked this one hooker one or
Mm,
whatever. Like it's more of a like I use WD-40 for something. I don't know, but
mhm.
point is that it impresses me how clean he can be. And then Phil Hanley, he's more vulgar, but it's a in a cool way. He used to be uh what's it called? Do you recall like the LSD era in the world?
Yeah.
Deadhead. It's a rock band here
Mhm.
in the US that during 1970s there was this culture of hippies
Mhm.
and well it developed from the culture of hippies into a culture of like psychedelics, LSD,
Oh, okay,
mushrooms,
okay.
and there was this really popular band that they were just kind of known for their like their music blended so well with the LSD trip. Like have you ever done any type of
No.
psychedelics? Well, it's going to be difficult to articulate, but just think that you're in this certain mind state where your senses are, you start sensing on a different type of, you start feeling the sixth, seventh, eighth
Sense.
sense that also complements your other senses.
Mm.
So whenever this band is playing their music, the way that they play their music, their guitars, it like it it complements all those senses together where it's like it's also you're not just hearing the music, you're feeling the music and you're understanding like the deeper meaning behind
Mm.
what the music is saying or whatever. Um and so he comes from that type of background. And now he's just like a comedian trying to make it.
Oh,
But yeah, he's a real funny guy. Real funny guy. Did you ever watch The Hangover?
I watched.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen the Mr. Chow's
Yes. Yes.
yeah special?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's really good too. He's a
Hmm.
good comedian too.
And a great comedic actor. Dude, Mr.
Yes.
Chow
Yeah.
is just it's goated.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, no. They
What actually his name?
I just know him as Mr. Chow.
Yeah. From the movie. Yeah,
Oh, that sucks. I would.
yeah.
Yeah, he deserves he has my respect, so I should look up his name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Mr.
good.
Chow.
I watch his few shows too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, recently comedians have been letting me down. But what has been because I had my phase of comedy as well, where I would just go to comedy clubs, especially before I met my wife. But now, those same comedians that I started to follow and try to see live, I would start listening to their podcasts, and
Hmm.
some of them are silly. It's
Yeah.
there's Mark Norman and Sam Morrill. They have the We Might Be Drunk podcast, and those are silly but they're fun and they're witty, you know.
Yeah.
And those were fun podcasts to listen to at the time, but I just felt like I never really got anything from them other than life experiences of comedians.
Mm.
And but then a comedian like Theo Vaughn, who also ran in those circles, his podcast started getting more like they got deeper from a perspective of someone like Theo Vaughn, who isn't like he's not any kind of theologian or professor or some kind of like. Point is that he doesn't have traditional education. He
Mm.
obviously isn't a very educated person, but he is genuinely trying to grapple with these ideas. And he has guests on that do actually understand these ideas and can dialogue on them. But he and uh, and because of the people that he's bringing on, he's trying to understand the world as it is and in the way that he can. And it's fascinating to try to see his evolution over like how he viewed things before and now. And that's kind of part of why I'm doing this
Yeah.
podcast stuff, is because I just don't want to be in my own bubble. Like
Yes.
I want to know what everybody else is thinking or like what's
It's
going on.
again, I mentioned it before we started. It's really, really good to have this type of passion to doing something else, not just rely on your uh, work.
Yeah.
And it gives you more confidence, more like uh, let's say end of the day you're going to have uh, that dopamine you gain. I get the same way when I come from a gym. I feel
Yeah.
okay. I accomplished my goal today. I can relax now. The same way if you do all this and maybe short time you won't see that big result, but on the long run, eventually your this much effort, this much uh, energy just gonna pay off.
Hmm.
And again, good luck. I I really do appreciate, and it's really good. And yeah, whatever the side hustle you do, and it's good. I wasn't expecting, and when you say, I was okay, what is that podcast? This is good.
Yeah.
It's my first time in the podcast too, and it's good.
Hopefully
I
it's not your
always,
last.
yeah,
Yeah.
I talk, and I like to talk with the people, with the good people who I have a really common uh, thoughts and aligned respect, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It like if you know interesting people that are willing to talk, I'd love to have them on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, cuz
why not?
I had one of the technicians came on and his dad saw the podcast and he was interested in it, so his dad came on and I got to
Okay,
talk to his dad, and that was a super interesting podcast. But then his dad went to work over in and he told one of his coworkers about it. And so then one of his coworkers came in here and then blew my mind.
that's great.
Yeah, and so now I could just like call either of them up and be like, "Hey, let's have another conversation and see where that one goes
Yeah,
to." Yeah, no, because these things get pretty exhilarating. Because sometimes it's like you grapple with ideas that you never really thought about, and it's
yeah,
sometimes it's exhilarating, sometimes it's uncomfortable.
yeah. Nowadays, people getting less communicative with each other
Yeah,
because we all just hooked up with our phones, with our, I don't know, social media, all other like too much distraction.
yeah,
This distraction just not letting us humanly communicate and talk, and that was a good.
uh-huh.
I I don't want to lose this communication. Sometimes it just put my phone away, trying to concentrate myself to talking with people,
Yeah.
and I enjoy it.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. Uh, have you developed any kind of a this will be the last topic because I have this tendency of just keep on going and keep on going
Yeah,
and then oh hey it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh shit, sorry man.
yeah.
Or I start seeing the guests like oh I'm like oh shit.
No,
Oh man,
when
yeah.
topic is interesting, it's just gonna flow.
Yeah, yeah. And this topic especially, and that has to do with like Israel and its place in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
Cause initially so my evolution of the whole thing was when October 7th first happened and I heard that some terrorists like hit
Hmm.
Israel at some music festival. That was the first time like I think I have ever like that Israel has ever entered my consciousness because I don't think I've ever heard of Israel before October 7th happened and we got it on the media here. And then initially I was just like, I heard the media talk about it and all these like political pundits talk about it. And I was like, oh, wow, like this country, I guess, is trying to start their own thing over there and they're getting bombarded by terrorists and stuff. And the US supports that country a lot because it's a good country and like this is a good thing. So we should be supporting the only democracy in the Middle East or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, go Israel, you know? But then I brought this topic up to a friend of mine that I really respect and I assumed that he was going to say the exact same thing of like, oh yeah, Israel's awesome. Like it's amazing. But no, he first he's very opinionated. So like he'll take a side
Hmm.
immediately. But this time he responded with I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen a lot of shit and I don't know what to think about it. But yeah, that's my take. I'm like that's when I was like, okay, wait, what? What like
Yeah.
the most opinionated person I know is not taking a like a side on this, and then the what at the time I thought the obvious side, the obvious pro America side, and but then I started listening to more and more podcasts, and initially it just kind of felt like whiny in a
Hmm.
sense, so it never really grasped me. But then I started seeing the videos, and once I saw the videos, and then I started hearing people like Dave Smith or Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens
Hmm.
start talking about this stuff. It then my whole world
It's
was
shade, you're right.
just starting to move around, dude. It was a little uncomfortable. It also kind of broke my heart because I was super pro RFK when he was running for president. And but like real like because I would listen to all the podcasts that he would do and like I literally like teared up whenever I saw his vice president his running mate go on a podcast and basically foretell and announce that they're
Hmm.
gonna go ahead and drop off. But the reason it was like complicated for me because I was super pro RFK, but RFK himself was super, super, super duper pro Israel to a point where it didn't really make sense when he would try to debate the issue. And so that was another like hump that I was going through. And now I'm at the point where it's like, dude, this country, it really it kind of has its tentacles all over the world.
Yeah. What I would say, it's not about the people, or it's not about uh, the nationality. It's about the politics being regulated by that nationality.
Uh-huh.
And when you see too much involvement or too much deep uh, push or uh, changing like, attempt of changing something on regulation, which will have a huge impact. For example, on the lobby, the building a huge lobby and most strongest lobby in the world, I would say
Hmm.
that that will
What would you
enforce.
describe a lobby as? Like, what is a
Lobby
lobby?
is like a connection, what that people or politics, let's say, when you have certain amount of people, they get together, creating a community. That community interest being enforced by uh, the politics. That politics backing up that interest of those community. It creates that lobby. It's called lobby, which
Hmm.
uh,
It's basically the group of people that have communications with the people in power, being the representatives or the senators or the
yes,
president, vice president, state, secretary of states or whatever. It's the people. It's a group of people that have a relationship with these people that represent their cause.
yes,
And in Israel's case, being APAC or the overall Israel lobby,
yes.
because this not only includes like political people that work within these organizations and those same
Mm-hmm.
organizations pay them. These are powerful people who are like inside the
Mm-hmm.
media, billionaires that just
Yes.
have money to donate. They 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 fund these politicians and stuff with the explicit intent of like you I'm funding you, but
Mm-hmm.
that's because you're
Yeah.
super pro Israel. So, and I just want it to be super clear to you, if you're not pro Israel, I'm
I'm cutting my fundings.
gone.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Trump's case, we have Miriam Adelson, who gave him like 250 million, like his number one donor.
That's a huge money, man.
Yeah. And the sole purpose of giving that money was pretty much where we're at now.
Yeah.
This start.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Because that kind of power uh should be not used against interest of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would seem so simply. It doesn't seem like that's something you should have to say.
Yeah.
Like it's assumed,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, you have a constitution. You have your own law. You should be follow your own law, right? Not being enforced with in third party and just some politician coming up with something. That's why I'm trying to stay far away from politics
mhm.
because it's so complicated and it's so nasty. And when you think more, it just make you uh, make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And even talking doesn't it doesn't change anything, and it's just gonna make your life complicated.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to not. I have really good Jewish friends, really good Muslim friends. I try to have a better communication, but when politics being involved, I'd say I'm trying to cut communications that don't want to, because everyone has their own political opinion. Those political opinions could result that relationship that not going well.
Yeah.
That's why political opinions could change your perspective that person.
Right. But I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. I guess that's why I kind of want to talk publicly about like these types of issues, because it shouldn't affect your opinion of a person, of the
Hmm.
individual, of like their, like where, like that shouldn't be a factor in it. But I feel like it's a disease. Like our society has been diseased with this feeling of not being able to talk about complicated and emotional issues. Um, it's like a muzzle that has been put on everybody,
Hmm.
like where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, this is gonna ruin your life because he's like your sister's husband or something, and you know that this is a red line for him, and like now you're just gonna blow up the relationship. Like that shouldn't be the case, like at all.
Yeah.
But it is.
Unfortunately, it is.
It is. It is. But the reason, and he going back to the whole religious thing, as I'm learning more and more about Catholicism and what like my faith really is, like what does it mean to be Catholic? What do I have to? What is our dogma?
Mm-hmm.
What? And as I'm looking into all this stuff, like part of the dogma is that you have to adhere to the truth and be truth seeking no matter what the cost is,
Yeah.
no matter what inconveniences come about you. It's a like that's kind of our whole purpose, because for us the ultimate truth is Jesus Christ died and resurrected from the dead and is now sitting at the right hand of the Father. Like that to us is the ultimate truth. And if we are supposed to, like, what is our purpose here? Our whole purpose is to defend that truth, and not with violence, but with love. And if that means that violence comes onto you, if you get martyred, like that's okay. You were defending the truth. Like not just your truth, but the truth.
Yeah. Its main thing is just when you are trying to be careful, not crossing that boundary, that could cause consequences with your relationship, and maybe it just it's just gonna make harder to have in respect, or what I'm trying to say is not crossing the limits.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the boundary is everything. It should be in the control, even though if you're trying to deliver that message.
Yeah, but what would be the limits?
Limits. You will set the limits during that conversation. If you see something changing or getting a little bit rude, or you feel like you're crossing a boundary that could
when they
hurt
escalate.
your respect.
Yeah. When you feel like there's escalation.
Yes.
Yeah. You know you've struck a chord or whatever.
Yeah. You should be a little bit careful with that.
Oh no, 100%. Like if but that is something that people should develop a tell for that. Like if you know that the heat just got elevated a little bit, you should recognize that and act appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I just hit a chord.
Mm.
Like I just met this guy. I don't really know this guy too well. How about we could shelve this for now and let's talk about other stuff that we definitely agree on. And as we get to know each other better, then we could really touch on that subject and see where we could go before, again, if it gets elevated again, figure out how to bring it back down.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a skill. It's like a dance.
Yeah.
It's like a waltz. But all right, man. Thank you so much thank you for coming, and I hope you come again. And
we had a really good talk.
Yeah.
How many hours already? It's like almost 4 hours.
Almost 4 hours, dude.
Damn.
Telling you. You go into the warp speed through this stuff, dude. Yeah.
It was nice to talk.
And I'm full of energy. Like I'm riled up, dude. Like this is awesome. But yeah, man, thanks for coming, Vusal. Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Appreciate it for inviting me.
Of course. We'll see you next time.
Bye.